There we go, just in time. Alright, everybody, welcome back to Odyssey of the Dragonlords. And I just realized I don't have the music bot here, so that's a hell of a start to the recording. Uh, in the last session, the party of the heroes of legend, the Dawnbringers. I believe that was a name that you have now adopted as your own. Uh,
Yes.
not to legally distinct from the Dawn Guard. Let's get that out of the way for those who understand. The party of Dawnbringers managed to I wouldn't even say fumble, just outright crush their way through the great games. Most of them, anyway. Uh, they uh, they managed to beat the final challenge, the obstacle course of the great games, and with that, they earned themselves the adoration of the crowds, following of sports fans. That's a fate worse than death, just in case it wasn't clear. But but also they found themselves at the end of their little moment of rest, their break that this period offered to them is now over, and now they must depart in the Ultros, the legendary ship that they acquired recently. What may await for them there in their journeys? Well, that remains to be seen, which we will get to this session, hopefully. Uh, you guys, mentioned earlier, not earlier, the last session, that we ended right about the time where the next morning came in. You were woken up pretty early by the sound of a lot of noise. This noise comes in the form of the Amazonian soldiers, Queen Valis' personal guard, coming to wake you guys up in your respective places of dwelling, informing you that indeed the Ultros is ready. All the preparations are set. You are to depart this morning. You have at the very least an hour or so to just get all of your stuff out of the way before things get underway. Does
Okay.
anybody do anything before you head off to to depart in the Ultros?
Yeah, go see my auntie
Which one?
in the temple, Valis.
Oh, Valis. Uh, okay. Uh, what's it called? You did visit Valos earlier in the day. After you not in the day, the previous night, my bad. After you were done with the great games. So you know that she's already more or less set to to have everything ready for you guys. You travel over to the Temple of the Five in Mytros to find what appears to be a lot of scrambling acolytes currently in the middle of you're not quite sure what actually. They seem to be scrambling around. There's a lot of an influx of people here that don't look like acolytes. Citizens of Mytros that seem to have gathered within the halls of the Temple of the Five. Some are praying, some are giving donations. It seems there's, your departure from Mytros has, gotten a couple of people riled up. What do you do?
And I do I see of anyone like who I've seen recently around my auntie who might be able to help point her out to me?
You more or less can pinpoint a couple of the, priests and the like in the temple.
Excuse me, do you know where my auntie Valis is?
One of the priests looks back at you and says, Queen Valus, yes, she has, just arrived a moment ago to, gather some of us, priests. She stores the back of the temple. However, she seems to be in a hurry. This departure of yours is making a lot of the more faithful, devout believers a bit riled up. After all, she is going to be overseeing this departure herself.
Well, that's great. Is it okay if I go speak to her for a second?
You may, though she may be a bit busy at the moment. He kind of steps to the side and way at the back of the temple, surrounded by a couple of her own, Amazonian personal guard. You see Queen Valos, seemingly in conversation, not just with her guard, but also with one of the more higher-ranking looking priests of the temple.
Hi, OT. No. But I also want to say that I brought her some flowers.
Sure. You stole some from some of the other people in the inn. And
No, I paid for them.
sure, you paid for them.
Quote.
I am not a stealer.
Air
That's not
quotes.
me.
Finger quotes.
You you bring her flowers as you catch her like in the middle of the conversation with the people she was talking to. She looks back at you and says, "Oh, Xandri, is there something you need help with? I believe you are set to depart in very quite soon."
Well, I wanted to seek your wisdom on one more thing before we departed, possibly.
Well, that is what I'm here for. Sure, speak your mind. She kind of does like this gesture to the priest and the Amazons, and they all take steps back. They seem to leave you guys to talk for a moment.
Well, it's still about what we previously talked about, in a way. So I'm just worried for the group, obviously. Our safety is quite important for multiple reasons. So, I was curious if you might know of, would it be within his realm a possibility to possess him, Porunga, when he was like unconscious or maybe asleep?
You're asking if Esther Kalander has possessed Porunga, your ally, during his
Or
sleep?
would he have the capability to possess him if Porunga were to like fall unconscious?
I suppose every time that Porunga sleeps or is otherwise incapacitated, there is a slight chance that Estor may take the opportunity to take over the reins of his body, so to speak.
Alright, that's what I was kind of fearing. So, is there like a spell or a talisman or anything that would be able to be attached to Porunga to help him, so to speak, not lose control during these moments of time?
I'm not sure there's a talisman or any religious symbol that may be capable of such a passive effect. However, I am aware that some clerics and those of priestly incline are able to deal with possessions and, other matters of the sort. You yourself should be very well aware of this. Your abilities as a cleric allow you to help others avoid being possessed by spirits, or, in the worst case of scenarios, be able to attempt to dispel a spirit that is possessing a companion.
Do I know what spell she's talking about?
Make me an Arcana check with advantage.
Bad choice.
Alright.
Hold on, sorry, I didn't have my page open, so it's taken forever. Maybe if it loads. You said Arcana?
Yes, with advantage. That's acrobatics.
Oh,
What is,
my bad.
what is your intelligence modifier?
+5.
Intelligence modifier?
Yeah,
Like
I'm wearing that. I'm wearing that headband.
well, yeah, but the headband only turns it to 19. It doesn't. Turn
Yeah,
it to
but
20.
I already had +2
Oh no.
in intelligence.
I think you misinterpreted the wording on the thing. It doesn't improve your your intelligence, and then you add what other intelligence you already have. It turns it to 19
Oh,
regardless
to
of what it
19.
was.
Oh, okay, so then it's 14. So
So +4.
I go to
Meaning that would have been a 18, which is still enough. So, all right. In that case, you will think back of all of the the spells that you the spells or other holy effects that you're able to produce. You draw the conclusion that she may be referring to spells such as protection from evil and good, which allows one to be a bit better against the effects of undead and fiends and the like. You think of the spell evil and good, which if you fail to prevent the effect in the first place, this spell should be able to just outright end it. Period. This. However, the spell evil and good, might be a little bit too high level for you at the moment. You've heard of your own channel divinity. It has the ability not just to turn away undead, but also potentially ending possession effects if the undead is within range and is possessing somebody. However, you believe that what Esther Calander is doing at the moment is not precisely possession, so such an effect wouldn't work right now. It wouldn't drive away Esther from the body of Porunga. This would be something you would need to do after the worst case scenario has already happened and Porunga has been possessed.
Okay. Thank you very much, Auntie. As always, your wisdom has been very much appreciated. I am going to go find the others, I guess.
Very well. In that case, you best gather them quick. We must strike while the iron is hot, so to speak. Taking advantage of your current display in the Great Games will certainly shine the spotlight more on you than ever before. It allows us to use this, departure of yours to our advantage.
Okay. Of course. Thank you, Auntie Valis. And then I give her a big hug and a kiss on the cheek. Take care. And then I'll skedaddle out of there.
In public you should probably treat me with a bit more respect. I am still the Queen of Mytros, after all.
I'm already skedaddling away.
She looks over at the priests and Amazons around her and says, "None of you are allowed to do that." She eventually you gather the rest of your party as they were resting up at the local inn, and you guys would be gathered in just enough time to be able to make it to the departure of the Ultros. Well, it's not like they were going to depart without you guys. Arriving at the location, the docks, of Mytros, you would see, the Ultros, as you remember it, except different. You see extra additions into the helm of the ship and the hull even. You see how these sets of rowboats and cages have been added towards the upper deck that weren't there before. You see 4 big ballistae have been added to the front and back of the of the ship, like 2 towards the front, 2 towards the back. You see as the oars even have been replaced with slightly sturdier looking ones, wider ones that would allow for bigger I guess, grip, so to speak, to be able to allow for the horsemen to actually move. Right away, you will see the crew that has been gathered for all of you guys. I mentioned this way back when you guys first arrived, but there is a crew of over like 100 or so sailors have been gathered in order to pilot the crew. 50 or so of them are needed to actually operate the oars. The rest of them are assigned to either, upper deck duty, lower deck duty, crow's nest, any form of other duties that you can think of. You will see as along the crew and the soldiers and like a massive crowd has been gathered in the docks. All of them, well, I was to describe, but here to see you guys, to see you depart in this legendary vessel that, despite what you may think of the previous captain of it, the ship itself serves as a reminder of just the type of things that can be achieved through mortal ingenuity. You will see as, not too long after you arrive at the ship and the plank has been let down for you guys to hop aboard, the rest of your, allies that are going to be accompanying you in this journey arrive. You will see Pythor, god of battle, Kyra, goddess of music. You see Lorius. You see, a whole bunch of your allies. Have already began their trip aboard. Not only that, but Queen Valus herself and King Acastus, are also here to see you off. One of them looking clearly more enthusiastic about this than the other. Whereas Valus has this expression on her face of one who's about to see their child go into the great unknown of clear worry, but also great hope for you. King Castus has an expression of someone who's like, oh, finally. But then he clearly, very quickly changes his tune very quickly to be like, keeping up appearances. You will see as alongside the grandiose cheering of the crowds for you guys. There is, Acastus approaches you guys as you are about to head up into the ship and says, "Well, it has been a interesting couple of days, and in that amount of time, you've done quite the impact on my city. I would say it has been a pleasure, and it has been, but also quite an honor to have seen the Oracle's prophecies become, unfold in front of my very eyes. I wish you the best out there. Just be careful that you do not bring dangers to my city. Is that clear?"
Got it. I'll laugh a bit and like, got it.
I'm just smiling. I don't really respond to him.
Very well. He kind of turns to the crowds and says, "My people, today we see allies of ours depart onto a great and dangerous journey. May they have the blessings of the gods on their side, and may their journeys lead them to ever greater heights." The crowd, lets out another cheer as King Acastus struggles to keep them on his side.
Oof.
Valus turns to you guys and says, "What awaits you out there will be unlike any other challenge you faced here in the mainland before. Use the Antikythera device to the best of its abilities. Like I said, do not forget that there is a time where the Oath of Peace will end. But remember my words. Build your strength. build your allies. Do not rush into unnecessary danger, and I'm certain like that, you will achieve victory. She looks at you guys almost as if hoping that her words sink in. Do any of you guys say anything?
I'll be. What? You go first.
No, you can go ahead.
I'll be fine. Don't worry.
I
it.
hope that you will be.
Oh, oh, this Joker, and I just clasp Eric really hard on his back a couple of times.
Roll damage. Come on. Let's see.
We'll do our best, Auntie Bellis. I'll
Well,
send you some messages now and then. Check up on you. Check up on the city. As we spoke about the other night.
of course. One more thing. She kinda takes a closer step to talk to you guys. When you head down to the lower decks, I had a couple of discreet soldiers, load up a particularly important cargo, shall we say. You can thank Kyra and Juno for this, as they were the ones to provide these objects of interest.
Hey, it's nice to know Juno's looking out for us.
Well, I'm certain he himself probably wasn't happy about being asked to do this, but he was the one with the skills readily available for it. Kyra will explain the details to you in once you depart. Right now, there's too many prying eyes and ears. She looks back and you can see her eyes land on some of the other soldiers that came in with King Castus as well as King Castus himself.
Yes, the cringes. Order of cringe.
Order of cringe.
And I hope the rest of you remember what you must do now that you've acquired the Ultros and are set to depart into the Cerulean Gulf and beyond.
Yeah.
We need to go collect the piece of the compass. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes, but you also have your own tasks, laid out to you by the Oracle herself and my own knowledge.
Well, we need to go save my brother's mom.
That
Stepmom.
is one of them, yes. She looks at you guys.
One of our many quests that we have.
Listen, Auntie Valis, we have a long shit list of stuff to do.
Okay.
Just help us pinpoint what's most important first, because I'm pretty sure we have like 30 things to do.
Okay, long story short it is then. She looks at you with a somewhat disappointed look in her eyes.
Cassie lost every single bit of her notes. I literally have no idea.
She looks at you, Drakgar, first of all, and says, Drakgar, defeating Hexia is of course important, but you can't do so with your current strength, as much as I hate to say it. Build up your strength and eventually strike back against Pythor's greatest enemy and rescue your mother.
I will.
For that, you may at some point need to build Pythor's weapon that he never got a chance to do so. It may help you immeasurably to, strike back against Hexia.
I'll do my best.
She turns to you, Derek.
Uh-oh.
I'm a little laughing still because I'm like, stepmom.
She looks at you, Derek, and says, Derek, Versi was, very specific with her wording on what you must do. But she believes that somewhere out there, not just you may be able to recover your lost strength, but you may be able to reclaim a bit of your, shall we call it, old glory of sorts. I have been given a couple more details by an associate of mine in Astoria. He agreed that you should have this. All of you, I suppose. But it may pertain to well, some of you more than others. She hands you over a letter. Doesn't specifically hand it out to any one of you in particular, but whoever grabs it,
I'll take it.
Both.
I definitely take it before
Strength,
Derek.
strength roll. No, strength roll. Who gets it? Come on, strength roll.
Straight.
I mean, would be more like a sleight of hand because you're.
All right, let's.
Otherwise,
Alright,
you
let's go roll
risk.
it.
Otherwise, you risk, fucking
Ripping
tearing
it in
the
half.
letter apart.
Can I
Yeah, don't
Can I-
break
Straight
it.
up.
can I stop Derek from trying to grab
No,
it?
too bad. No, too bad.
Yeah, can I also slide a hand roll?
Damn,
Everybody
no,
literally
everybody
strong gets Derek and puts him in the back of the group.
So everybody just wants to fucking do something with a letter. Okay.
Little worse.
Whoever's trying to
I will-
swipe it, sleight of hand. Whoever's trying to stop someone from swiping it, athletics.
Oh wait, I can stop someone from swiping. I'm sorry. Can I? I didn't realize I could stop someone. Let me do that. Athletics.
Portal
That's
fell
my
so
bad.
hard.
Let's go.
Hold on. My fucking thing wasn't catching up with the rolls.
I didn't hear the second part. That was my bad. I rolled too quick. I wanted to stop Derek from getting it.
Okay.
It's mine.
So I
And
mean,
at first,
so
Dirk still got it, but
I guess yeah, because we would have needed to use your own stuff. Actually, no. Hold on. What is your strength modifier with athletics?
My,
it's a 0.
So yeah, never mind. Even if we were using the original modifier for that Bouxfhades, you wouldn't have been able to stop Derek. So everybody tries to either swipe it or stop somebody else from swiping it, but that's not enough. You should have said swiper, no swiping, and then you you would have stopped the. But
Can I
Derek,
reckless my athletics check?
No.
Too bad. Get
So-
wrecked, scrub.
So Derek, you're the one that grabs Valus's letter. She was trying to be sneaky about passing this over to you guys, but all of you guys just started moving your arms all over the fucking place to get it. Which just causes her to look back to the crowd and then look back at you guys and just kind of again do the little disappointed look at all of you. She.
Well, still a little kid somehow.
Do you open the letter right there, or do you just pocket it or whatever?
I will pocket it. No, put my hand in my pocket so nobody gets in there and decides to use their sleight of hand to steal it from me.
Okay.
It's okay. I'll just threaten to kill him later for it.
I get murdered in a boat. Who killed Derek?
She.
I'll gamble for it. It'll be alright.
She looks at you, Derek, and says, "Versi will have more details on your specific task. She insisted that she would deliver them herself. By the way, she was also insistent that she will be accompanying you all in this voyage.
Huh?
I would have stopped her if I could, but she's very intimidating. She she looks over your shoulder over at the ship. In fact, she might already be on board.
She swam here, didn't she?
Well, no, she walked.
Close enough.
She just raises an eyebrow. What's it called? Looks over at you, Exandri. And says, Exandri, you made it your objective to wipe the slate clean, so to speak. You made it very clear that you are here to stand by your own merits and not the merits of those of the past. And just like that, I believe you will need some tools to assist you for that matter. It has come to my attention there's a specific item of great renown that was lost ages ago in the war. If you're intending on, well, making the name of the Dawnbringers known, then you will need a fortress, so to speak. The old instant fortress of the Dragonlords has been lost to time, but I managed to get some, well, indication as to where you might find it. Obviously, you may want to rebrand it to the Fortress of the Dawnbringers, but it's an item that I believe can be of great use to you. It is, well, very much versatile. I believe, if my information serves correctly, you may be able to find it in an island known as the Garden of Helios, the god of the sun.
Oh, that's so. Well, that's very helpful because I wanted to stop there anyways. We kind of ran into something to do with Helios earlier, so I wanted to visit Azira. So I guess that's a win-win.
She then kind of gets closer to you and whispers closer to your ear, Alexandria, and says, "I've also looked into the matters of that locket of yours. How you claim to have heard the voice of an old relative."
Oh yeah, my grandma talked to me a very, very long time ago, but unfortunately, I was on the verge of collapsing. Uh, so I don't quite remember the details of the conversation as she picked a very awkward time to try and speak to me, and we had just got done fighting a bunch of things deep in the fortress that we were clearing out for Vulcan. So a little hazy on the details.
Well, I've had my people look into these matters, and they believe that the closer you get to a place where the soul can be released, the more often you'll hear the voice. Follow those indications, I suppose, if it provides further guidance to you.
Alright. Thank you. I will keep that in mind.
She looks over at you, Porunga, and says, "Porunga, you have made a deal with a very problematic individual. So I'll say this in a way that hopefully you can understand me. The Antikythera, the device that you may use to traverse between the islands of the Cerulean Gulf, well, it is a strange device, but I believe that if you truly are intent on following the last location of the treasure of the Dragonlords, then your priority would be to get this device repaired as soon as possible, for it will guide you into the Forgotten Sea and may even guide you beyond. Is that clear?
Beyond?
Porunga?
I think your mic's muted.
Porunga, you might be...
You find. Other than the Grand Line? Whoa.
He's dead.
Damn, Porunga is not here. Now I look
Proceeds to Gmas. Proceeds to Gmas if you notice.
Porunga's like,
T-posing in a corner. Looks at
He
you, and finally looks at you, Bouxfhades, and says, "And for you, Bouxfhades, I was informed of your situation. A dire fate indeed, but not one without possible, shall we say, mending. According to what I have found out, there might be someone who can guide you in the right direction. An ancient witch that lives somewhere in the Forgotten Sea. Well, perhaps you may be able to find her in one of the islands closer nearby. They call her the Lotus Witch. She is as ancient as she is enigmatic. I believe if anybody has knowledge of old curses, she will be the one to do so. Last I heard of her, she has made her place of dwelling in a place called Scorpion Island, which you may find by following the Antikythera device."
All right. Well, I appreciate it, and I'll make sure to see if I can't locate her. I appreciate it for the extra information.
She nods along and says, "With that, I have no more wisdom to impart upon you all. I pray for your success in this travel, because if you do not, well, the result is one that I would rather not dwell on. She kind of steps back after doing like this deep sort of like bow to you guys, and you hear her say a little bit more out loud now. Farewell, and may the guidance of the Five accompany you in this journey. You guys turn back and look at the grandiose ship in front of you. Your crew gathered, everything loaded up. The only thing left is to travel.
One place steam.
Should we?
I yell shotgun and run up the branch really fast.
Well,
Wait, don't leave this yet. We need to talk to you about something. I chase after him. No way. I grab Derek and force him to chase after him with me.
Nah.
So just to give you an idea,
Good.
just to give you an idea of how the ship looks like now, I'll move you to this next map.
I'll also chase and then I'll tackle him to the ground.
So as you can see, slightly different. Now you see the ballista with the groups of soldiers, the animal cages where the livestock is being held, the rowboats to make your approach to islands a little bit easier than just, you know, hoping to park the gigantic fucking ship somewhere.
Is Auntie Kyra's pet goats in there?
Yes. They were brought along. They might need to die at some point to make for supplies. I'm sorry, little one.
No, we need them to kill all the gross stuff on the ship.
What do you say?
The goats are the most important livestock on the entire ship. Goats are natural human garbage disposals. They'll eat anything.
I mean, yeah.
That's a pretty big ship.
It is big.
Put on my shirt.
A little bit over 200 feet, I believe.
God damn.
265 according to the measure tool.
165? Alright, so maybe probably 165. Anyway, point is that besides this, you guys now have the world available to you guys. So, in case you may have forgotten, Queen Valos told you that because the Antikythera device is 265, because the Antikythera device is not complete, is missing a gear piece that presumably Gaius from the Order of Sidon took with him. You guys can't actually search / travel / do your Odyssey, quote unquote, to any island beyond the Cerulean Gulf. To that effect, I'm gonna reveal to you guys the number of the islands. Because even though I'm not supposed to do this, I believe that's just the best way I can like, fucking handle this particular segment of the campaign. Now you should see a couple of numbers. So,
What is the hell? 17.
without the cockpiece, then the guitar,
17's a fish.
without the cockpiece, the cockpiece, the islands that you are able to explore are the first 10.
Got it.
You're
So,
limited. Wow.
should we start with taking care of the Chimera and the Cerulean Gulf first?
No, I don't think we're strong enough
then-
to take out a Chimera yet.
Well, bro, we're not. We're
I
not.
think we,
Well,
Listen,
bro.
listen. Our whole party is melee, besides Porunga and me.
Me.
You've never really done anything in battle.
I mean,
So
I
good.
scream at.
Well-
I scream at things. What do you mean?
I mean, I
You can't
don't know.
scream at a Chimera. It doesn't know human speech.
Call it
Uh,
ugly. You can probably hear that.
I mean, I got my javelins and then my javelin of lightning especially, so I mean, I could kind of fight in range, but
And then if you lose your javelin to the sea,
um,
I have a crossbow. I can fight range for like 20 bolts.
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, we could try to hold. I don't know.
you have to remember, Pumo spells only work on people who understand English.
Common.
You're ugly.
Same diff.
If I smack him, does that count as ugly?
Wait, what?
Smack somebody, does that count as cutting words?
It's called hands-on sign language.
Yeah. Some sign language. Bet on
The
him.
Chimera's just looking at him like he's like mental or something. He's like, are you okay, guy? Do you need
I
help?
don't really care where we go first, to be honest.
So-
I'll let y'all figure that out because I
Here,
don't know
let's
any.
just break down the Chimera. All of Pumo's spells only work on people who can understand common.
Mind you,
Mhm.
Drak only has his javelins, but if you throw your javelins and they get lost at sea, they're just lost, bro. And after
Good.
you run through your 8 javelins, that's it.
so just to, for reference here. You guys are roughly, according to the, the estimations of the crew and all of you, and, the travel and sea travel, all of that, it takes roughly 2 to 3 days to get from one island to the other. Keep that in mind, while also keeping in track how many days you have left until the other piece ends.
Okay,
Where's
can
your
we have a
power?
counter for that?
You said we have a counter. Where is it?
Give me a moment, I'll put this in the...
So while he's doing that, back to the Chimera. Bouxfhades
Isn't it?
has a non-magical crossbow that is going to do half damage to a magical creature. And then you're going to have me with 3 spells that I can actually use at range. And Porunga being the main person who can fight the Chimera. We
Do
would
you
be
think
at
I
a
can-
massive disadvantage.
Hey,
Do you-
I got a rope. I can just jump on its back and like wrap its legs up, and that way,
And then what happens when it dives underwater with
I thought Chimera were land creatures. Are they not? I don't know. I don't know nothing about
this one's
mythology.
in the ocean somehow.
Bouxfhades and me could hold him down, and then Bulldog will start wailing on him. Boom, there we go.
I'm also going to reveal to you guys a couple of handouts here.
Billbug is with us, correct? Because we did
Yeah.
invite him.
Correct.
Yeah, he's with us.
Uh,
So we
And
got
he got his weapon and his armor.
he
Yeah, I think
does
at the
have
end of the last
a-
session.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a size-appropriate weapon, but he does have a...
Yeah, no, we bought all of that last game. At the very end,
Yeah.
we bought him a size-appropriate weapon and armor.
Oh, I thought you just gave him like a hammer.
No,
Yeah,
I bought
actually,
his
yes, that is true.
armor, and Porunga bought his weapon.
Yeah,
that is
Porunga about the weapon.
So, let me just make sure I am... Yeah, I am showing you the correct maps. So here we go. I'm gonna show you the players' maps to the stars, which is the constellations that you're gonna be following along via the Antikythera device. Because remember, in Thalia, navigation is done through the stars. So constellations 1 through 9 are the ones that you can actually go at the moment. 1 to 10, my bad, are the ones that you can actually visit at the moment without the aid of the extra gear piece. And here we go.
Okay. Because Cassie, I see that you put numbers on here, but honestly, what island is what? Like,
Geigen prisoner. Let's see.
Just go by
The
number.
numbers of the
Center.
constellations that are associated with the island that they represent. That's basically as
Oh,
the
okay.
best way I can put it.
Yeah, and they're also in
I
Roman
was really
numerals.
hoping one of them would be called Scorpion. That would have made things a lot easier.
A scorpion. Oh, look, let's go to the one that's.
Hey, there's one shaped like a scorpion. The Titan.
first off, are any of these islands the island that's going to help Bouxfhades no longer be cursed?
Well, would be the one that is associated with the Scorpion Island.
Yeah, but there's no name next to it. Unless it's the Titan, but then that tower-looking one doesn't have a name.
Let me just double check.
Look for myself
The
tomorrow.
Scorpion constellation is the same as the Centaur. They are both the same constellation.
Oh. Okay, so we can go down with it's number 7.
Okay. So, hear
I'm
me
gonna
out.
write that down so I don't forget.
Raise your hand if you did not know Bouxfhades had a major curse on him. And I raised my hand.
How did you
Think
not
you did.
know? It was like the first thing I had said when I introduced myself.
Yeah, I think you might have said stuff, but
Who
I don't
doesn't know what his curse is?
All I know is he
How are
makes
you raising
stuff
hands?
Okay, so I think we should just get rid of his curse first. I feel like that is a pretty decent thing to just bat out of the way as quick as possible.
Well, we don't know that I'm going to be able to get rid of it there. We just know that I'm going to get more information about it and possibly a way, information on a way to get rid of it.
Well, that's very important because, hear me out, what if we end up going to the place that's going to help you get rid of it and we just don't know because we don't know?
I guess that's true.
So say Island 2 and Island 3 are going to help us get rid of your curse, and we go to Island 2 and 3 first, but we don't know the information, and then later go to Island 7, and then they're like, oh yeah, on Island 2 you need to collect this, and then put it here
Yeah, because
on
then we'd be
Island 3.
backtracking. I get what you're saying. Okay. We don't want to backtrack because it takes 3 to 4 days to each island.
Yeah.
2 to 3.
2 to 3. I'm sorry.
Depending if there's a random encounter or not.
Ah,
So,
okay.
but another massive one would be getting the needle for the compass.
Yeah, that seems
What
really
island
important.
is that on?
Didn't you say that what's his face had it?
Gaius has it on the same island that Charnos went to. Charnos.
You were told it was the island of Yonder. Which I know is not marked in the thing, but if you, like in character, I assume you are currently tweaking with the Articulate device to try and see what would be your next destination here. As you begin to move around the cog pieces, you see as it projects like a little constellation every time you do so, and you can, every time you turn the compass, it cycles to another one. You can more or less gauge at first glance where, which of these islands is the one that you need to find. You believe the island of Yonder is the closest, one of the closer ones to Mytros, island number 1.
Okay.
Well, that makes me think that we should just go to the islands in order.
I mean,
So,
they are numbered, but it may not be in the order you want to follow.
what the cog piece that we need, what exactly does it do again to the compass?
It allows
It
you
fixes
to
it.
explore the islands in the Forgotten Sea, which would be every island that is above 10.
Oh, okay. No, we're going to 7 first. It makes the most sense. I
Yeah,
say
so
we go
probably-
7 then to 1. Reason being, everybody's special thing that we have going on literally does not pertain to anybody actually dying.
We also
Well, mine
don't
doesn't
really,
either yet.
Yeah, yours does.
And I'll say it
Not
right.
yet. I
I'll
mean,
say
because that's why I bought the canary.
And I'll say it
So
right
if
now.
the canary dies,
And I'll say it right
Go
now,
ahead.
because otherwise you will have no way of knowing this. So I'm just gonna say this right now. As a, hey y'all, this is content type of thing. Every 3 or so islands will constitute a level up. So
Okay.
keep that
I
in mind.
still think we should go to 7 first
7 first.
because you have a curse, and your curse over time is going to kill people, apparently, if that's what you told us. So
That's
it
what-
makes sense to
it's
go to
gaining-
7 first so we don't do any backtracking.
yeah, because that's what the Lich told me that I visited. It said that my curse will steadily get worse and worse and worse to the point where it'll start causing more dramatic death. So
Well, it just makes sense to get what we need to get for you to get it rid of and go to 7 first and then go to 1. Honestly,
well,
unless there's something super important on. No, I don't think going to 7 first is going to hurt us in any way. We're just gathering information so we don't have to do backtracking.
I don't even think we need to go to 1 until we're like ready to go to the Forgotten Sea, anyways, because
I completely agree as well.
like if it only gets to the Forgotten Sea, then I don't think we need to rush fixing it.
But
yeah, because we
it would
technically
be
have
nice
10
to know
islands.
why Gaius pull that.
Yeah, true. We should probably figure that out too.
I could just send him a
Yeah.
message. I'm like, hey, Gaius.
Well, I
Why
mean,
did you
I mean,
say it?
I guess I'm fine with that as long as everybody else is. I just don't want y'all, doing that.
we should
Just
Well,
also.
none
because
of our background stories pertain to any sort of harm to others.
right, but that's why I bought the canary, because the canary's a good tell. Because if a canary dies, that
I
means I
just
can
feel
kill
like out
things
of
into
game
a
you
small
want to hurt
creature.
people.
No, I'm just
Well,
saying.
I mean,
I
don't.
have a. We how long were we on in Mytros?
None of us were ever by you, though.
Well, I'm just
But
saying,
you
how long
said
were we in Mytros?
you said it gets worse and worse. We don't
Right,
want to
because
wait. We
well,
don't
the
want to
reason I
wait to
say
get
that-
rid of your curse. Because what if your curse is like every day somebody dies because we never took care of it? And we can no longer backtrack to get rid of your curse because we're literally crunching time to finish our quest.
No, I get that, but just hear me out, right? We were in Mytros for what, 7 days, 5 days?
We're going to the seven first.
Yeah, I think you were only there for like 3 days because you joined like when the games came, right? And then
Okay, so we were
Those
there
were
for
like-
3 days, and before I got there, I didn't have any issues with food, right? Well, while we were there, so between when I arrived and day 2, we had issues with food. So
Intelligent wise, right now is the only time that we can actually visit Island 7 and be active about it. Why? Because as soon as we hit an island where we get an oh shit moment and we have to prioritize this no matter what, we're never going to be able to backtrack to it.
don't you also need the?
As the days get smaller and smaller and smaller, we'll never be able to backtrack to it. So if it does happen to where we do pass Island 7 and we finally stop on Island 7, say we have like 30 days left, and then we find out that we had to go back to 2 islands that we were previously at, and that's going to waste another 15 days, we're not doing it. We're just going to drop you off on Island 7 and continue on our way.
savage.
Hey, it's all about the greater good, man.
It's all about the greater good, and if your
Well,
character's
damn.
not wanting to take care of his shit, then like we gotta drop
No,
you off,
no.
bro.
I'm fine. I just figured we had more important things to worry about.
I think the biggest priority right now is probably get rid of your curse, and then middle priority would probably be the what was that creature called?
The Chimera?
Yeah, the Chimera, because don't you need the blood for the...
I need the goat head for
for your
my
staff, right?
staff of healing. Correct.
Yeah, that would be probably medium priority, I'd say. And then low priority for now at least would be the compass, because we don't really need to fix that until we get to the Forgotten Sea.
Well, then it sounds like we're going to Island 7.
Let's do it.
Oh no, hear me out. What is more important about Island 1 is not even the compass piece. It's why the fuck Gaius stole the compass piece. It's not even the compass piece. It's what the fuck does he want with it? Why did he steal just the hand, and why did he take it to Island 1? That's the only You know what? We can go to Island 1 first and then Island 7. Let's go Island 1 then 7.
You sure? I mean, don't...
Yeah, because what if Gaius has another compass? What if they know a piece of information we don't know?
Oh, yeah, that's true, but
So let's go Island 1, Island 7.
Yeah, okay, I guess, yeah.
So right away to Island 1?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
It makes... Yeah. It's, like, I don't... Like,
Why you
honestly...
have to say, "Are you sure"? That makes me
I'm
second guess
asking
everything.
because as you have figured it out already, that marks a point of progression. That is how you acquire the cog piece to then gain access to the Forgotten Sea.
Yeah. It's not even the cog piece that's most important. What's most important is why did a follower of Sidon only steal the hand of the compass? It
And not the
instantly
actual compass.
Mytros.
Yeah, that's true.
Why?
So
Yeah.
that's what's That's what's important. Not necessarily the hand, but what does he need the hand for?
Isn't it not the blue man that took it?
No, it's Gaius that took it. The blue
That
man
was the
left
blue.
Mytros long time ago, although he is from the same island.
Already a bad guy. Look at that.
Okay. Anyways, we'll go to
So
one
to
more.
Island 1?
Yep.
Island 1, then Island 7. And I think Island 1, if we find out any good information, it'll lead us to our third island.
Yeah.
Sounds
Sounds good
Gucci.
to me.
Okay. Let's see then. In that case, you guys will start turning the Antikythera device. Some of the crew members who are in the upper deck kind of look over as the little projections begin appearing, in the air. The projections of the little, what's it called? The projections of the constellations. You will see as eventually you click over to the one that may lead you to the island of Yonder. The constellation of the Gigan. As you look into it, you will notice that upon the constellation manifesting itself on the in the air, right above the Antikythera device, you see as Kyra kind of comes up from the side, looks at you guys, and sees the constellation being displayed from the Antikythera, and she says, "Well, that's one that I haven't seen in a while. You know, all of the constellations in Tylea supposedly have a origin as to why they exist. Obviously, they may have had a different form before, but the one that they're currently known as is the ones that all of the astrologers and the like, and astronomers gave them form, I suppose. You know, this one has actually a story in and of itself. Would you like to hear it?"
Sure, I'll do, Kyra.
She looks over at the constellation and begins to pace around it, clearly starting to make a little bit of a, not really like a show, but the intention, I suppose, that there is her more or less gathering the crew as well, not just you guys. She says, "Well, as you can tell in the stars, you can see the figure of a six-armed, one-eyed giant.
Uh-oh.
We know this as Gigans. It is said that when the Dragonlords first arrived, there was a lot of, strife between the newly arrived races of Tylea and the native ones. The Gigans are said to be amongst the native races of Tylea. So much blood was spilled between them, but none of the participants in the battle enjoyed the constant warfare as much as, a man that I am sure needs no pointing out." She does kinda, you see her eyes kinda slide over roughly to where Porunga is standing. This man was one of the generals of the Dragonlords armies, and in a particularly brutal series of battles, he wiped out almost every single Gigan warrior down to the last. But they weren't all gone. After the battles, those who descended from the Gigans prayed to the skies, and Sidon and Lutheria answered their prayers. It is said that from then on the Gigans acquired even greater strength than what they have in the past. And with this newfound power, they fought back in retaliation for Estor Calander's crimes. it is said that that was the way that the first war truly began. As she's been saying this, she's been doing this sort of like magical effects with her hands to more or less capitalize certain segments of the story. Creating small shadows when she speaks about somber topics, creating like a silhouette of a sixth-armed giant when she begins to detail how they reacquired, they regained strength. And as she finishes the tale, she just kind of waves her hands one more time, and whoosh, everything just kind of swirls up back into her hand. I suppose the moral of this story is, don't be a Star Calendar. But also,
I'll immediately just look at Porunga.
but also, in a more serious note, this story tells us about how, in their time of need, people will turn to desperate tactics. The Gigants, as they were pushed to a corner by Archelander, they took to praising Siren Lutheria. And it's kind of hard to argue with them. They didn't see anything or anyone else who could help them at the time. I wish we could have done something about it. Anyways, I'm sure that nothing like that will repeat itself again, right? She says as she looks at you.
Well, I'm doing my best to find a way to counteract that, so hopefully not.
Right, she looks at the rest of you guys.
Yeah.
I just nod my head casually.
At this point, Pythor speaks up and says, "Oh, but let's just be clear about this. This doesn't mean that you needn't fight back against an overwhelming enemy. If you believe that there's no other way, that words are no longer enough to deal with them, then you have to do what you have to do. Obviously,
Sounds
battle should be, and this is gonna sound weird coming from myself, but the battle is, should be the last possible resource that you turn to.
Thank you, Dad.
Unless of course it's like a friendly sparring, in which case battle solves everything.
True.
Wait, what?
Battle Soul separate.
Why did that sound like a commercial?
Now, the constellation of the Geigen, the island of Yonder. Once again, Kyra and myself cannot help you here, for the Oath of Peace prevents us from acting directly against the Titans and their followers. Meaning that you will have to deal with this on your own. It'll be a tough battle, I can say so with certainty. I hope you're ready for it.
Hell yeah.
Kyra then... Oh, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, I just feel like figuring out why he needed the needle of the compass seems to be rather important.
Well, if you would want my take on it, I feel that Gaius, knowing that you would attempt to cross the seas for the next segment of your adventure, knew that there would be a chance that you might find Sidon's place of dwelling, the Tower of Praxis, which is somewhere in the oceans, just never exactly sure if it's in the Forgotten Sea or in the Nether Sea. I believe it, if I was to, well, put my own spin on the matter, I would say that he stole it because he wanted you to not find his place of dwelling.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty decent.
But that's just me. He could very well have another reason. And, well, I suppose you're going to figure it out, aren't you? Assuming he allows you to get close enough. Well, oh, one more thing. I wanted to discuss something with you guys. Kyra kind of approaches you guys and says, well, Valus told me, I'm not sure how much Valus told you, but your friend Juno and I managed to secure a very important piece of cargo. It's currently in the lower decks. It's disguised, don't tell anybody. Well, that's just me. He could very well have another reason. And, well, I suppose you're going to figure it out, aren't you? Assuming he allows you to get close enough.
What is it?
Well, it looks like a. The box is a very big, very heavy, copper-colored. Well, shall we call it a coffin-sized box? Or
Uh-oh.
chest, basically would be the best way to describe it. A coffin-sized chest. Don't worry, there's not actually a dead body inside. I wouldn't do that to any of you. What is inside, however, is well, I'm not sure how else to say this, but basically, there's dragon eggs inside.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
dragon egg,
Yeah.
singular,
Oh.
sadly. Valos wouldn't say
don't
this
get
in
one.
public because people were listening on her. But now that we're out here in the sea, basically, Valos figured something out. Something that, is not looking good for any of us. Actually, it actually makes me very nervous. But here's what's
Knew it.
happening. Valos figured out how King Acastus got his drone dragon eggs for his own version of the Dragonlords. She believes that they come from, well, Sidon.
Yeah.
That's King Acastus struck a bargain with Sidon ages ago and got his hands on some dragon eggs out of it.
Ooh. For a
Wanna kill
second,
him now.
I was almost hoping for a split second you were going to say that he had a dragon in prison somewhere, because then maybe that dragon would belong to Derek and would be able to rescue her. But I mean, I guess that's a possibility too.
Well, less of a possibility, more or less confirmed, thanks to espionage, I guess you can call it, on behalf of Valos. I swear, sometimes she scares me even sometimes. She figured
scare
this
me.
out, and thanks to your friend Juno, we managed to snatch up one of those dragon eggs and store it in the secure container downstairs. We're not
Me-
sure
let me-
how. We're not sure how long it'll take for it to, be born, or crack the egg, or however it is that it works. But when and if it does, it could prove to serve a bless you. It could prove to serve a strong ally if you're of that persuasion.
Yes.
Calm one. Become one. Take the oath with the dragon.
Well, thank you, Kyra. That's very good news.
You are the last person we're gonna have use that dragon.
Speaking of news, I'm going to turn to Derek. Hand over the letter so we can read it, please.
I'm gonna read it first. Sorry.
My hand turns black as shit, and so do my eyes. I said hand it over.
Oops. Drops it on the floor. Here you go.
Roll me D100 to see if it doesn't fly off into the fucking sea.
Why'd I do that?
Why?
Come on, Aaron.
20.
The letter flies off into the sea breeze.
Oh my!
I spread my
Can
wings
I-
and fly after it as fast as I can.
And I'm also gonna jump off the boat and try to swim after it.
Roll me slide a hand check, Xandri.
Okay, you know what? You could just say you could have stole it, try to steal it before I dropped it.
Can I also jump off the boat and try to swim after it?
Swim. It's
Or-
flying off. It's flying into the wind.
Oh, wait, aren't we in the water?
Well,
Or never mind.
you're in
Never mind.
the-
I heard it wrong. Just ignore me. I forgot how big the ship was.
Whoosh. Gone.
I fucking hate your character, by the way. I come back and attack Derek. I don't give a shit at this point, to be honest.
Okay. In that case, give me one moment. What's it called?
Dun, dun.
You guys.
Is it just flying too fast to catch up to it?
It's not that it's too. Well, it's not. It's both that it's too fast, but also that it again the wind keeps moving it from one side to the other. You can't quite get a grip on it. what's it called? I mean, if you had any other means of spells, like a mage hand, telekinesis, anything
No,
that can
I'm a
move it.
cleric.
I mean, I'm just asking. Actually, for that, on that note, does any of you have like means of getting far away objects, like mage and telekinesis?
I have a
anything
rope.
like
I'll use locate object so I can keep following it for a while.
that? Porunga, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you hear the question that I asked?
Yeah.
Do you have?
Wait.
Do you have any means of? Do you have any means of catching the letter through magic or anything of the sort?
I don't think so.
Check your
Not
spell.
with my spells.
Wait a minute.
Can I use prestidigitation to create an opposing wind force against the note?
Hold on. Can you put precipitation in the chat? Sparks. Get an instantaneous harmless sensory effect. A puff of wind. That is actually one of the effects you can create, huh? Okay.
Was it back?
Won't quite say pushes it back, but I'll allow you to do another sleight of hand roll to catch it.
To make it slow down at least?
Yeah, I'll allow you to do another sleight of hand roll to catch it.
I'll cast guidance on myself as my hand starts to shimmer as I try and reach for it.
Go ahead.
As soon as my page allows me.
Alright, you catch it.
Oh, thank God.
You fucking do precipitation to blow the letter back into a position where you can actually, with your other hand, kind of like snatch it, and then you fly back to the ship with your siren wings. Kyra.
And then I punch Derek in the face.
Oh, definitely. Derek, you take
How much damage?
Take 1 point of damage.
Can I use a tripping attack on Derek? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
that's attacking now. You.
I mean, yeah.
No,
but he-
you
but he-
attacked us
but he
so
isn't-
many times.
I didn't attack. I did not
But
attack
he
you guys.
isn't part of the fellowship.
Technically, yeah, I'm not part of the oath. I could tripping attack you. No, I'm just kidding.
I could off.
Both of these can kill Derek.
I could take over your body as
I'll
well.
hand in my
sir.
+1x. Here, this will help.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'll let Xandri handle him.
Kyra does look
Can
at
I-
you, Derek, and say, "Why?" Just kind of does like a gesture of like, "Why?"
I've been asking him the same thing since we met him.
Can I also make a quick
if
point
she
of
just-
information?
She said, "Please."
Just so you guys are aware, I did the math. If we visit every single island, it will take 51 days. Assuming we spend 1 day on each island, that leaves us with 7 days. This is also assuming we have a random encounter on every day or every trip.
This also
So, being-
includes that what if we get to an island that makes us backtrack?
Right, that's
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. So assuming we have a random encounter every single trip, and assuming that we spend 1 day on every island, we can backtrack 2 and maybe a third time if we don't have one random encounter. Which I'm hoping we don't have a random encounter every trip. I'm just saying for, worst case scenario, we can backtrack 2.5 times.
Alright.
The odds of us getting one every trip is pretty low, but
Bouxfhades, I
Right.
get back to the boat. Bouxfhades is over on the side with a little piece of wood, and he's sitting here doing some math on it.
nerd alert. I'll just look at
Guys,
nerd
according to
alert.
how many days we have.
So, do you open the letter now that you have it in your possession?
Yeah, I'll open it
So-
and read the letter.
Okay. You open the letter. You don't recognize at first the handwriting, but as the more you read it, you realize who this is from. You glance down at the person who wrote it, and sure enough, this is a letter from Aesop, the keeper of the
Aesop! I spoke to him yesterday.
the keeper of the dragon shrine. The letter reads as follows: Hail to the oracle's chosen one. As the keeper of the dragon shrine, I have favor to ask of all of you. Many believe that all the dragons of Mytros' brood were killed alongside her during the First War, 500 years ago. However, I've done some research. My research indicates that at least 4 others have survived. I fear that they have been captured by the Titans. If this is true, and there's a very high likelihood that it is, then they must be found and rescued. I beg of you to be watchful on your journey. As the Oracle's chosen few, I believe that all of these dragons would serve you. So long as you hold true to the ideals that you have shown so far. May the 5 guide you all.
Oh, bad. Aesop's my boy. I messaged him last night. He's gonna help take care of Sis while we're gone.
Noise.
So,
Hey, is anything important about to happen? I need like 3 minutes. If that's cool.
wait, what do you do? What do you say?
I just is
He'll
anything
be back in
important about to
3
happen? I need like 3 minutes.
Well, I would imagine, after, reading the letter out loud, you guys would, choose to keep an eye out on this little request that Aesop has asked you of, and then probably continue on the journey.
Okay, cool. I'll be right back.
Alright. Speaking of which, unless any of you want to say or do anything else, I believe it's the time we get the journey started.
I attempt
Oh,
to
I thought
put
we
it
were
in-
already sailing.
I mean, no.
Yeah, that's what I
I meant more. I meant more like, somebody is going to need to roll for the first few days of travel and see if you get a random encounter.
Okay. Hear me out though. I want to talk to Wizzy.
Huh?
I mean, okay. What? How do you do this?
Well, because I could talk to him now because I bought my ring. And I want to just get to talk to him and maybe get to know like what foods he might like. And see how he's feeling about traveling with us. And essentially I just want to introduce myself to my Wizzy.
Okay. You approach Wizard the Lizard, casting Speak with Animals from your Ring of Animal Influence. And what do you say?
All you guys see is like my tongue moving. What
I'll
it
just look at.
translates to.
I'll just be looking at Alexandria. Are you okay? Do you need help?
And I'm just sticking my tongue out rapidly back and forth my wizard. And I'm like, hi Wizzy. I bought an item so I could speak to you.
The creature looks at you, and you can tell that this is gonna be an uphill battle, because this thing has 2 intelligence. So it seems to communicate, however, to the best of its abilities and say something. Well, I say. You understand what it says. Everybody else, just hears a bunch of hissing and tongue moving and the like. It's like you're basically speaking that one snake language from Harry Potter. I forgot the name, but like you're like fucking the lizard begins to reply to you and says, "Yeah, I understand. I understand you. I understand you now."
I'm going to take off my headband of intelligence.
What's that? Looks gold. Can I eat?
No eat? Where?
Where? How? Too small.
God, I love
Right.
him. He's already a better teammate than Derek.
Lies. Got you fight.
And I demonstrate like how I was wearing it, and then I like get closer to Wizzy, and I'm like, "Wear makes smarter," and I will start to put it around
Smart.
the hordes.
Smart. Why need smart?
Base.
Smart, speak like Soundtree. Speak with others.
But we speak now.
We speak
We
through
speak.
magic.
We speak good.
We do. I love you.
So, if you put thing on me, do I speak better?
Yes. In future, with practice.
Practice. Practice how? How long? How much? Will I get reward?
25
Of
days.
course. What's your favorite reward?
Seems to think for a moment. You see as the reptilian gears in his head begin to turn. You eventually, with a almost derpy look on his face, looks back at you and says,
I have a derpy dragon. It's canon.
it says, eat lots of things. It's anything. Eat bugs,
Like
big
fish?
ones, but also eat things like that. And as it kind of turns to the side, you follow its gaze to notice that it's looking at the life. No, it's looking at the livestock. It's looking at the livestock, like the cows, the goats, everything that has been brought on board.
Oh.
Yes.
Those
Things like that.
those
Things
for
good.
us, but we'll buy you some when
But-
you learn to speak.
But bad man feed things like that to me. But they were good, but bad man was bad.
Yes, bad man's bad. You never go back in a cage.
Looks kind of tilts its head to the side, looking confusion. Yes.
Yes.
No cage since me out. But
Nope. No cage.
but me very, very scared in those rocks places. You think back to how Lizard was almost crushed in the fucking chasm that you guys traversed to get to the Ultros.
And guess who saved him? You're welcome.
That hurt a lot.
Yes, ouchie. Tail feeling better?
Yes, tail good. Tail grown now. As you kind of turn over to the side, you see the stump that was the tail before. No, she still seems to have mostly grown back. Still not quite there yet.
I'll reach into my bag and pull out some dried fish preserves, and I'll toss them over to him as we're talking.
The gigantic fucking mouth just opens wide and snatches the
One lick god.
snatches the fish. So, if that good. If me put that thing, that gold thing, on me head, me get more.
You get lots. You get lots.
But me can't eat that. Kind of looking at the livestock, right?
No, not yet. Those help the ship. When we reach land, I will buy you your own.
Thinks for a moment. Thinks for another moment. And then says, a deal. Me like that.
And then I will continue to very neatly fasten it around all of his words.
It's not big enough for it. But you've seen magic items, especially those that require attunement, sometimes be able to resize itself to fit the wearer. Maybe once it's done attuning to this, it'll actually grow big enough to fit in his head.
Okay.
But for the time
He wears like a collar.
Yes.
but for the time being, it's now just kind of tied around one of his horns.
Wizzy, think what to wear.
What do you say?
When you take this, I said, Wizzy, when you go to sleep, think you want to wear it. Tomorrow, we'll try it out. And I'll go fishing for you, get you lots of fish.
Yes, please do. Me like. Now, I wear silly thing for now. You...
He's the best. Is Wizzy happy? Happy with Exandria?
Yes,
No longer in cage?
very, very happy. Don't put me on dark places again, though. Me not like that. It reminds me of bad man and bad place.
The tunnel, the cave?
Yes, but also reminds me of home. Me was kept on dark place, dark cage as well.
No more cages.
Yes, no more cages.
If Exandria has to go into dark place, will Wizzy come protect?
Makes like this noise of thinking. I'm not even sure lizards can make that noise. But this is how you're understanding him. You hear it then answer. If you be nice with me, if you reward me, then me go to dark place, maybe.
Okay, good Lizzy Wizzy, and I give him a little crunchies under his chin. Good boy. And
Yes,
then
yes,
I give him
me like those as well.
Mhm.
Alright.
and I give him a little crunchies under his chin and a kiss on the cheek, and I'll give him a couple extra dried fishies.
Again, gone in a flash. They just disappear in its mouth. But now, you have put the headband of intellect on the lizard. It'll take a while for it to actually attune to it because, well, first of all, it has to be de-attuned from you, and then it has to attune to it. But with that being done, who wants to roll to see if we get the first random encounter of this journey?
100 or right?
Can I ask a
Yes, go ahead.
Can I ask a point of information really quick, just about the attuning? How long am I attuned to my crown yet? What's the attuning period?
Wait, the crown. What crown are you?
Yeah, the crown of Loris or whatever.
Crown of
No one
Lords.
knows.
You would have been attuned to that for a while now. Because it takes an hour.
Okay.
It takes an hour to attune to a magic item. I.e.,
Oh,
it takes
okay.
a short rest to attune to a magic item.
Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to know.
So yeah,
I just wanted to know if I.
so just make sure I did add the little macro of like the +2 to wisdom saves on your thing. So whenever
okay.
that seems pertinent, just take it on and do the thing. It is indeed a D100 to see what happens in this in the encounters. Who wants to be the one to roll those? To roll
Drakgar rolled.
To that count.
Rule of 50.
Drakgar rolled a 50. Let's see here.
We all die. Wow.
Not yet.
Throwing you off the ship if things shit hit the fan.
That'd
If
be your
shit
fault.
hits the fan, Derek's the bait. We just bail.
Well,
Yep.
they're about to. So let me switch
Wow,
to
guys.
Let me switch to a different soundtrack.
I'll track just this over. Wow.
It's a good thing I
Still can't
included.
be as bad as my roll that I had day one of the campaign. We got
So-
surrounded by 30 wolves.
It is.
Let me just say,
Go ahead.
I'm just saying I'm glad I did include the extra days for random encounters because I feel like if we keep rolling like that, we're gonna have a lot of them. So
It is a calm couple of days in days in the sea. It doesn't really, at first during the first 1-2 days of travel, nothing really happens there. But it is a little bit concerning the fact that nothing is happening. Could have stayed like this through the whole path and you would not have complained. Except it didn't stay like that. You see, the more that you go through the Cerulean Gulf, the further away you get from the mainland, closer you get to the island of Yonder. You start noticing that, during one of those days, a couple of figures are visible in the sky. At first, you believe, they're just like birds, or something, right? You see things that fly, all the time. Could be some form of bird native to the region. Could be, probably nothing too crazy. Especially because you see 6 of them. However, your, shall we say, hopes of this being another lazy day are dashed when the closer those 6 figures get, the more you realize these are not birds. By the time they're like a little over 300 feet away from you, you start noticing a couple of features about them. Actually, probably less than 300 feet away from you. You start noticing a couple of features around them. Their body appears somewhat feline in nature, but they have this kind of scaly reptilian wings of sorts, lifting their body of the size to match their body. They are pretty big, probably around as big as Bulldog.
Oh man, as big as Bulldog? Jeez.
and there's 6 of them.
There's 6 of these, yes. Again, the closer they get, you start picking up a couple more details about them. You see this edged, barbed quills around the lower part of their body that seems to go all the way onto their tail, as if the tail itself is made out of this quills as well.
Are the
Go ahead.
Are the crew members still up?
There are a couple of crew. There are always gonna be a couple of crew members at top because somebody has to man the ballista, as well as someone in the crow's nest. Pointing out, Captain, something approaches. A lot of somethings. They're big. You're not sure who they're addressing when they refer to as Captain, but they're addressing someone. One of you.
Wait, no,
Porunga's the captain. We know who the captain is.
Are the ballistas on like
buddy.
the side of the ship, or where's the ballistas at?
Ballistae, I'm gonna move you guys to the little map here. The ballistae are on the front and back of the ship. They can't fire the way they're angled and the way they're constructed. They can't fire anything that's directly on the ship. But they can fire things that are on the sides and front and back.
Okay, so we can.
Do we know what these are?
I was about to quickly finish the description here.
Can we rotate the bows 360 degrees, or do they
just
only?
said no.
Oh, okay.
I said that the way they're constructed, they don't allow for the ballista to be turned like towards the ship.
Towards the ship. So as long as it's okay, so they can. I gotta draw it out, but. Okay.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not aiming towards the ship, we can still rotate it that way.
Correct.
Basically, it can go like this, kind of.
Yes, they can. They can go basically, that whole angle. Depending, but however, they can't aim directly towards the ship. Also cool.
I play World of Warships. I'm good.
So, these things. The last sort of detail you notice about them before they are within screeching distance, I guess the best way I can say it, is that their faces appear to be that of a really uncanny, kind of disturbing, almost humanoidish faces. And at this point, if you wish, you can make me a nature check, see if you identify what type of creature they are.
And yeah.
Ugly ass creature something. It's
And,
a flying
Is it
owl.
nature?
Yes, it is nature.
It's a flying owl bear.
And which way are they coming from? Are they coming from like the
They're
back side of the ship?
They seem to have split off. 3 of them are coming from the right side of the ship. 3 of them are coming
Fair
from the
enough.
left side.
That's what I see.
I'm going to.
What's it
Oh,
called?
we gotta wait on the nature check.
You. Hold on, let me double check out the nature. So, Exandri, Bouxfhades, and Porunga. You 3 would notice what these creatures are. They appear. You've heard stories of sailors running into them every so often. On the on islands or in rare occasions out in the sea. They're not sea creatures. They just have pretty decent endurance to fly long distances. You believe these are the creatures that are known as manticores. As I am putting them all on the map at the moment.
Can I ask a point of information? Do they have ranged attacks with those quills or whatever, or is it just, or are they just for looks?
Well, Bouxfhades, you rolled an 18, correct?
Yes.
You may have heard that they indeed have some means of ranged attack. They say that their quills shoot out at such a, with such strength that they're able to actually cover quite a bit of distance, as if through ranged means of attack. Oh, I didn't mean to move you backwards, Derek.
Then, yeah, okay. That's what I need to know, because I'm going to switch weapons if that's the case.
By the time some of these creatures are flying like 200 or so feet above you guys, you hear one of them start to speak in common. One of them says, Hold in place, lest you risk the wrath of us, loyal servants to the Lord of Storms. You have started to traverse in seas that require a sacrifice.
You can have Derek.
Which one of you is this called Derek?
That
I
one.
feel like everybody on the ship just pointed at Derek.
Lizard.
They
Plant the lizard.
look over at you, Derek. And they do look you over, and a different one of them says, "Is this your offering for a live sacrifice? I suppose it will do."
Derek cast. No.
Derek.
Hold up here. Derek will cast invisibility. I have it. Aha.
You cast invisibility, and one of the manticores says, "Huh? Where did he go? Is this some form of trick? Are you trying to make fun of us? Was he an illusion all along?"
No,
he's
he's not an illusion. He's a
That's
Thorner.
an illusion. It's fake.
I still hear
As he says,
the
trying to
voice.
run away invisible on the ship.
I'm standing behind the lizard, so the lizard pretend he's talking. Like, yes, you're lying.
I
come
hear
out
the
from the lizard.
voice of the one they call Derek. But I believe we fooled around long enough. Is he to be your sacrifice or not?
I mean, if it was up to me, I'd say yes, but
How's your sign all this? How is she looking at this crap?
Percy is still on the lower decks, because your ass never told me you want to talk to her.
I want to check on my lasagna.
I go over and take one of our 6 goats out of the crate.
oh, come on, this is our chance.
What is
Bad.
this?
The offering.
What?
Is I Derek?
You trick with us, telling us that one would be the offering, but then another it is? I suppose they both look like goats.
I They really do. This is his younger brother. Um, we would give you Derek, except for he seemed to have gone invisible, and we don't have the means to make him uninvisible. So the next best thing I could do is give you a relative of his.
Next best thing. I suppose you do not hold this mortal in so high regard.
No, we
Nope.
don't.
Nope, not at all.
Actually, hold on. Let me zoom in on the picture of the thing so you guys can get a closer look. Yeah.
Damn. He looks friendly.
You pull out one of the goats from the from the cages. The manticores look down at it, and one of the manticores begins to fly down a little bit lower. Until they're like 40 feet or so, off the above the ship. You see as they look over at the goat that is just kind of like 5 feet like next to you, Xandri, and they kind of look at it, squint, then look back at the the other 5 manticores and say, would this do? One of the other ones look over and they kind of one of them says, do you not have a bigger one?
Do we have a bigger one?
Yeah, do we?
Unfortunately, they're all about the same size, except for the one that went invisible.
We technically do. Actually, we do have another one, but we're not going to sacrifice him.
You were given a couple of I don't know if I mentioned this last time and we didn't record it. During times when you that wasn't recorded when you.
Oh yeah, we got also got cow. We could offer him
You
one of our
guys were
cows.
given a lot of shit when you first arrived at Mytros by the citizens.
Okay.
Should we offer one
Yeah,
of the
offer
cows?
him a cows, Andrew.
We only have one cow, so we can't offer the cow.
Oh.
Oh, I thought we had 2.
Out of game, I said that.
A question: if I cast a spell, it breaks invisibility, correct?
Yep.
What's it called? I'm gonna copy paste this again because I'm pretty sure we mentioned this, but we didn't record that segment. It was one of the things that we didn't record. But this were the gifts that you were given by the citizens when you first arrived back here.
We got 2 cows.
I probably didn't write it down. I think I said it, but don't blame me if you forgot. What's it called? So you have 4 goats, 2
We
white
did have
goats.
potions of climbing. I knew we did, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it could have been useful in the relay.
I
race.
know. I was looking for them. I was like, did we get like boots of climbing or like a potion of climbing?
Oh, and later on, somebody remind me to roll for what type of resistance those potions are, because they're supposed to be random. Yeah. I mean, you have 2 cows and 4 goats.
Unfortunately, we have 2 extra goats. I bought 2 extra.
Okay.
I also bought chickens, but I was not specific as to how many chickens I acquired when I said that.
So what? Do
Unfortunately, all of the goats are roughly the same size.
Then give us 2 of them. Yes.
Unfortunately, we might need to make more sacrifices for Siren along our trips. Are you saying we are to sacrifice more for him now and displease others down the road?
Roll me a persuasion check. Yeah, roll me a persuasion check. 10.
I don't know why we're asking me to roll. I can't ever roll anything ever.
I mean,
Derek laughs in the
you're the
background.
one that speaks.
Well, it's because we have a useless bard.
What do you mean? Well, he the one. He
I
gets attacked
tried
immediately.
to help with that, but no, but you know.
Look, I could have told him no, but you guys said, "Oh no, he'll take him." I'm like, okay, right. Let's see how you guys deal with it yourself.
I mean, you give us a reason to kill you off, like literally every session.
The
Skill issue.
manticores look down at you and say, "You dare question the methods of the servants of the Lord of Storms? 2 will do." Do you hand over 2?
I think we can.
Is it? Do we know how strong these things are?
I mean, with that nature check, you believe they are kind of dangerous. But you are pretty dangerous yourselves, and you have a crew with you. I don't know. Up to you.
If I whisper to Xandri, will they be able to hear me?
Depends on what you're whispering, how long, and I can't answer that question for you, man.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to say, unfortunately, we can only give you 1. Take it or leave it.
They kind of squint there. They can raise an eyebrow. One of them says,
Oh, we have
"Leave
wine.
it."
I don't know if you like wine. Do you guys drink
No,
wine? Do you know what wine is?
None of that. Live sacrifices is what we're looking for.
The best we can do is 1.
Unfortunately, we can only do 1. We're currently on our way to a ritual to sacrifice more.
A ritual. Where to?
Cassie doesn't know the name of the island.
It's the island of Yonder.
The island of
yeah.
Everybody talked at once. What was that?
Island of Yonder.
To the island of Yonder.
They kind of look at each other. They exchange a look. All 6 of them kind of look at each other, and one of them, a different one, says, yes, of course. Then you are to go directly to the headquarters, shall we say, of the soldiers of Sidon. A well place if you're intending of doing a sacrifice. Well,
that's where we're headed, straight there.
Now that you say that, and I suppose that's fine enough. Hold that thing in place, as the goat, again, completely unaware of the fate that is about to happen to it. You see as the one that flew down like up until they were like 40 feet, up in the air, kind of just with a single swift, like really fast motion, flies down, grabs the goat in its claws, and just begins to fly up as the goat begins to scream, being dragged into the air by the manticore. Go ahead.
Oh, I was thinking of something out of game.
The manticores, the rest of them, the ones that don't have the animal in their claws, will then move over with it, and then you hear one of them say, as they begin to fly off into the distance, "We're going to have to share this one." And the manticores leave, and all it costed you was an animal.
Wamp wamp.
Fortunately.
Bye, George.
Derek lives to see another day.
I tried to get rid of our biggest problem, but
Right.
Oh, I do want to say, is this still day 1 or like what day is?
We'll say this happened towards the end of day 1.
Okay.
What's it called?
We know when we get to bedtime.
Yes. I mean, we'll get to that in a moment. As that crisis is averted, I can just go back to our regularly scheduled atmosphere. That could have.
Quick question. What does your character wear, Mr. Bouxfhades?
What does he wear?
Yeah.
I mean, I assume armor because I'm wearing armor, but
Okay, since I'm invisible, I want to weaken his armor strength so his armor falls apart.
How do you intend to do
Literally.
that? How do you intend to do that?
Oh
Hold
my
on.
god.
Hold up, I got an item. Hold up. Where is it at?
And he wonders why we hate him.
You guys just said I'm
Yeah.
a bad guy. I can be a bad guy.
After you threw the frickin' boat, the frickin' letter off the boat.
Oh, well, I use my short sword quickness to cut off the fibers,
Oh my
stitch it
god.
together a bit, they come off slowly, piece by piece.
I'm afraid that's
that won't
not.
work.
It's not something
And
you
2
can.
minutes still ask.
I don't believe that's something you can do like in a swift motion, because the
What do you
way
mean Trunks did
armors,
it?
the way
Trunks did
armors are supposed to work is that the, strips that hold the armor together are supposed to be really tight, together. Meaning that you would need to actually open a gap in the joints of the armor to cut, the leather strips.
And
Just
then he
tie his
wonders,
shoestrings together.
and then he
I don't
wonders
think
why we
shoes
don't quote
I don't think
respect
shoes
him.
exist in this world just yet.
Am I
Fine,
wrong?
Fine. I'll cut Drax's strap that he has for his little armor, his armor thing on the side.
Why are you
I'll
going after
clothesline-
Drac for something I did?
I'll clothesline him. I don't fucking care.
I'm still invisible, buddy. Sorry.
I mean, well, invisible just means people can't see you. They can still hear you.
Yeah, and can I roll a
And
perception
they
check?
can feel you, moving something on them.
When I feel touching me, can I attempt to
what I'll
throw
say
him to the
is-
ground?
What we'll do to resolve this, is you roll me a stealth check with advantage, Derek, and that will be contested against Drakgar's, passive perception, I guess. What is your passive perception, Drakgar?
More than that, 13.
Shit.
Derek, you move behind Drakgar while Drakgar, Exandria, and Bouxfhades are still looking over in the distance at the manticores, as they fly with the goat. You kind of pull out your short sword and begin to kind of angle in such a way that you can aim at the little leather strap that is the man bra for Drakgar. And Drakgar, you feel as something begins to tug onto your little shoulder strap. What's it called? And most of all, you begin to feel like some form of metallic object being pressed against it.
As I notice that, I'm gonna attempt to grab Derek.
Make me an athletics check.
Yeah,
Oh,
at disadvantage,
please.
I'm invisible technically.
But I can feel you right next to me.
I'm still invisible. Yeah, but where's my arm exactly?
Just make me the athletics check.
Double
And
20.
you,
Fuck me.
Derek, make me an acrobatics or athletics.
At advantage, I guess.
7.
Won't exactly be at advantage here because
'Cause I know where you're at, because
Is it
you're
acrobatics?
freaking touching
It's
me.
acrobatics,
I
right?
mean, if anything, Drakgar's would have been a disadvantage, but he rolled 22 and 22, so it doesn't even matter.
Advantage.
20.
No, it's advantage. Oh god,
Not
come
exactly,
on.
because stealth gives you advantage on invisibility gives advantage on stealth checks to avoid detection.
But you're also touching me. How do I not know where you're at when you're touching me?
Yeah, because this wouldn't give you really exactly advantage because, as you said it yourself, you are actively interacting with a segment of Drakgar's clothing, meaning that at least
So
one
close.
of your hands should have been in close proximity for him to tug at it and grapple you.
Shit's so close. The
Um,
advantage.
so Drakgar,
Hey, hold
though,
on. Oh, no, never mind.
though
never mind.
you
Okay,
can't
I'm not
see him, you feel your hand tighten around something that feels like a humanoid arm or the like.
I kind of look over to my brother to see that he's obviously struggling with what I'm going to assume is Derek and be like, well, Since we did lose one of his relatives, you might as well put him in with the others.
Yeah. First I'll throw him to the ground, and then I'll drag him to the cage.
And
I'll put him in
while
the cage.
before
Well,
we throw him in, I tie him up with the rope I have on me.
well, that would be a separate series of skill checks. But here's the
Hey
thing.
guys,
Here's
get
what
good,
we're gonna
Lamau.
Here's what we're gonna do. What's it called? When you guys are struggling with something, again, the rest of the crew doesn't see Derek because he's still invisible. One of the crew members looks over and says, is anything alright?
Yeah, everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're just putting a goat back in the cage where he belongs.
I don't see any goat.
He's just a little invisible right now.
An invisible goat?
Yeah.
Shit.
Sus.
I mean, we just raided the flying lions with human faces.
Yeah, no, we saw those. He kind of looks over at one of the other soldiers, and one of the other soldier says, "Yeah, I almost soiled myself seeing those. You handled that pretty well. Could have been a very nasty fight."
I did not want to fight them today.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't. Save us on the ballista ammunition. You see as well. Just as a question, are you guys really going to put Derek?
Oh no, we're putting Derek in the cage.
We're
with the
definitely
goat
putting
for
him in
an
the
hour.
cage.
He's going to timeout for an hour.
Okay.
Oh, like that's gonna keep me in there, guys. Are you for sure you think that's gonna keep me in there?
No, because you're
Put
just
the ropes for,
gonna
buddy.
You're gonna be wasting spells to get out. It's fine. It's fine. You're gonna be there like all of 5 seconds.
How are you gonna blink
Of course.
away when I'm holding on to you?
Or once I'm in the
What do you
cage, you
When I
close
tie you
them.
up.
I
I'm
can
tying
blink-
you
I
up
can-
before we throw you in.
Oh, because you gotta go through a bunch of little stuff. So-
Yeah, we're not
yeah.
tying him up. He's invisible.
Yeah. So here's what happens. After you're done stuffing Derek in the cage, you would, you stays there for a little bit. Did you meant to cast Blink, Derek?
Yes, yeah, that's how I'm gonna get out. It's only 10
Uh,
feet away.
Let me double check. How does Blink work?
How big is the
Oh wait, no,
cage?
Blink makes him go to the alternate realm, right?
I love how he keeps saying, "Bro, why don't you respect me?" And then he constantly does stuff to make us not respect him.
Anyway,
The
okay.
cages are 17 feet long.
Depending on where you're standing. Well, what's it called? What I mean by that is you can be towards the very edge of the cage and do something that teleports you 10 feet and you can still get out. What's it called? If not occupied, it is available when you appear within the nearest occupied space. Just in a run. I believe it does this kind of teleportation because you're in the ethereal plane. Blink teleportation. Go to Wallcast, blink ready. Okay. Alright. From what
It's a weird ass teleportation
yeah,
of 10 feet.
from what I'm
Welcome.
seeing, there is that is technical teleportation. So it would put you out of the cage. Well, that's a good use of a 3rd level spell.
Of course. But also this is what happens. So they'll throw me and be like, and I just walk like, oh come on guys, don't make this too easy for me. I'm out of invisibility, and I run away because they're gonna start chasing me.
So yeah, so you guys shove Derek into the cage. You hear the whooshing of a spell being casted. Turn around. Actually, just for the fuck of it.
Joke's on him. The moment that he gets out of the cage, none of us care or chase him.
Just for the fuck of it, roll me 2d20s, Derek.
God dang it. I'm...
Please blink off the boat. Please blink off the boat.
Oh my
Please
god, that'd be
blink off
so
the
funny.
boat.
Okay, never mind. I wanted to see how long it would take for you to actually blink into the ethereal plane. Because it would have been really funny. You were
He got it on the first try.
yeah, it would have been really funny. You were like, haha, and then you just stay there for a couple of seconds. And then you're like, haha.
He rolled a 10 and didn't get out.
What's it called? Okay, so yeah, 11. So that means you do blink. So in like 6 seconds pass between Derek disappearing and then he blinks outside the cage. What a third level spell. Well spent.
Of course, I love all the fun that's going on. You're not laughing.
Of
I
course
am.
you do.
What's it
He
called?
runs away, but none of us chase.
Derek
I run away.
disappears
Okay, so
into the lower decks.
I'm gonna go lower decks. I'm gonna go talk to Versailles since I disappeared and it was AFK for a little longer, and then go ask around about a special crate.
Okay. Actually, what time is it? We'll take a
8:30.
quick. Yeah, we'll take a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll return to continue. For this expedition of you guys traveling to the island of Yonder. I'll pause the recording for a bit.
I'm literally Usopp.
Well, now that's
No way.
recording.
There's our One Piece theme song.
All right. So, having avoided, I guess, the encounter with the manticores by sacrificing a goat, which, by the way, my other group didn't do. They just fought them head on, and they won. It was pretty case. Anyway, having avoided that, you guys go about your business for the rest of the day with no interruptions. Speaking of interruptions, towards after this encounter, two things happened. Well, that you guys told me you wanted to do. The first one is that a little bit after Derek's timely escape, I guess, of the animal cages. Speaking of which, you might want to be careful you didn't step on something that you probably shouldn't have.
That'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
You run downstairs to the lower decks. You run into a couple of people that, well, you don't recognize most of the crew. They're all, soldiers, sailors, not, nobody that you should concern yourself with. As you make your way to where you believe with the coffer, I guess, the chest that contains the singular dragon egg. Well, you take a look in the first place that comes to mind to you, which would be the captain's quarters. You open the door and you notice that there is a very large copper-colored chest over there.
Can I open the chest and?
Well, no, this would be.
Or is it
Derek.
already open?
This would be Derek
Oh.
who went down there.
Oh, I thought. Oh, never mind. I was gonna, but okay.
What do you do, Derek?
I'm just gonna go walk up and like, another one again, and I'm gonna sit down next to it and I'm gonna talk. Not really, like, I guess how Misty would talk Togepi's egg.
Mm-hmm.
So just like, hi.
What do you say to the egg while it's still within the heavy copper chest?
But like, buddy, no, you can't really technically hear me, maybe see me because we're in an egg and a copper thing, whatever it is, where this thing is, hits it to the side a bit. Like, what the heck is this? I'm like, I'm talking about the experience that I had with a dragon, and I don't particularly remember the whole thing, but like, what you're gonna get involved in is gonna be different. It's not what I guess back in the days where we had normal dragons flying around. And your situation with what's gonna happen is gonna change. But our group is good. And it's maybe me sometimes. There's one person here that'll probably take care of the most of you. Taking care of a lizard, if you think about it. It's kind of funny. It's a lizard with a magical amulet that talks. I haven't heard it talk. She's crazy. I don't know. I feel like you're in good hands, buddy. I don't know about me, but it'll be okay. I'm like, felt good. I'm gonna get up and like, alright, see you when you turn to something. I walk away. Like I get out of the room.
You walk away from the captain's quarters, making your way across the ship. You would see just for clarification, the ship has 3 levels: the upper deck, the middle
I
deck.
close the door. Did I close the door when I left?
Yeah. The middle deck, where the oars and the oarsmen and the like are there, which also includes the Thane's quarters and the captain's quarters. And then the lowest deck, which includes the quarters for the rest of the crew, as well as, I guess what I can best describe as like the supply area, so to speak. That's where all the spare weapons and armors are stored. That's where all the rest of the food supplies are stored. What's it called? You're walking away from the captain's quarters. You would still be in the middle deck. As you walk down the long ass hall with all of the oarsmen, who are still going in and out, rowing day in, day out, making sure the ship is constantly moving. Obviously, sometimes they can afford to not row when the winds are strong enough to carry the rest of the ship the rest of the way. You bump into a couple of people. You bump into Glorious, Bullbug, and then someone you didn't expect that just kind of bumps into you, and then as soon as that happens, she just kind of says, "Ooh, sorry, I'll be on my way." As you see, the Lady of Coins.
I knew it.
Fucking
Turn to stone.
just bump into you, lowers her hood, and says, "Oh, sorry, I'll be out of your way." As she moves, fucking blending into the crowd.
I will say, but then I will like trying to like direct to her like I was wondering where you would be.
Well, I'm here. She just kind of does like a gesture with her hands.
Okay, alright,
Don't
go
tell
find
me you and your
Drakgar.
team forgot that I was the one that told you of the location of, that
Oh, I know.
thing.
I know that. I just wonder if they actually all remembered that. Just kept trying to
Yes.
remind them.
I
I
I decided to come along. So, but just keep our previous engagement, so to speak, our previous interactions on the down low. She just goes about her way.
Okay. Good to see her. Hope she's doing well. Starts walking.
Were you looking for somebody else down here?
Looking for Versailles, probably in a room.
You find her towards the back of the ship, nearby the Thane's quarters. It seems she has taken some form of a guidance / counseling role to the rest of the crew. You see her currently speaking with a couple of soldiers. Again, the same sort of calm tone of voice that she often uses. She sort of just lets you can't catch the most of the conversation, but by the time you arrive, you hear one of the soldiers say something along the lines of, yes, you're right, Lady Oracle. Your words mean have really resonated with me. Thank you for the advice." As the man just kind of walks away, Versi looks over at you, Derek, as you enter the Thane's quarters, which is, if you can recall, is the room at the far back that has like the hammocks that are separated from the rest of the crew's general quarters.
Yes, the place where my team didn't follow my directions. Feels bad.
Versi looks at you.
Almost got a scope.
Versi looks at you and says, "You're here. I wish to discuss something with you."
Yeah, I was told about that as I came running running towards you to stop by and talk to an egg.
Yeah, I was told about that. Sorry, I'm 24 late.
No. We can still hear you, Cass. I mean,
It's fine.
you intended for us to hear you, I assume. Anyway,
Yeah, I wasn't at my laptop.
yeah, I know. Anyway, you approach, and she says, "Right. You see, I had a vision."
Don't straighten the fuck up, you're gonna die.
It is unlike the first one, where it was a vision of doom and gloom. This one I believe might be a bit more hopeful. I could feel rather, a presence, multiple ones actually. I believe you already know this, but in times long past, when the metallic dragons were falling by the dozens, well, there were still some who managed to survive. Some were taken away by my father and corrupted into an evil nature. But others I believe we can still save. I saw an island. Amongst the many here in the Cerulean Gulf, there was one that I believe still holds some, well, I'm not sure how else to describe them, but eggs of the dragon variety. I know your days of glory have long passed, and it may be difficult for you to recapture the man that you wish to be. But if you are intent on following a path that seeks to revive aspects of the past and better them for the world of today, that may be a place to start. From the looks of it, it seems you already started on this. And before you ask, yes, I know that you saw the dragon egg in the ship, or at the very least spoke to it. I always have my eye on you.
I kind of felt like you always have. You know if it's bad or good, maybe some funny. I'm sure you sometimes laughed at me sometimes.
That is one of the many dragon eggs that I sense still remain within this world. A couple more lie scattered. It's hard even for me to determine exactly where, but I believe I found some. The place they were at was of a heat unlike any I felt before. It was dark but also bright at the same time. A constant smell burning my nostrils, even though it was a vision. If there's an island that matches that description in the Cerulean Gulf, you may want to look into it. Eventually, of course.
I'll look into it, don't worry.
Besides that, I'm afraid I have no much more for you. It seems at some point the future becomes uncertain.
Don't worry. Like which I promised you back in our little room. I'll be back. I'll be back. Don't worry. Be uncertain. I'm certain I'll come back to you. Don't worry about it.
Very well. I will hold you to that oath.
Yeah. I don't worry about it. I knew it. I know. An oath is an oath, and I promise to keep it. Not hard with these guys and the other oaths, but with you at least with me, I think I'll be okay.
I was asked rather, by one of your companions that I should stop pampering you too much. It seems that the more use you get to particular aspects of our lifestyle, the more you start neglecting others.
Mm.
I mean, are you sure? Shh, hey, I mean, I get it, but I did come from a bad past. Did
We
fought.
we all did, my dear.
I know.
But what's
know.
important is that we rise above it. I have risen above my father's influence. And you should rise above your own past with unsavory individuals. Do not let the days of glory blind you from the truth that lies beyond.
No. I'm changing. I told them already that when I fight somebody, I'll ask nicely for them to give up twice. If they don't, I will kill them. See, I'm changing.
Mm-hmm.
That is a interesting approach.
I mean, beforehand, I was like, kill first, or maybe sweet talk him. If not, just kill him. But no, I will ask nicely, of course, and tell them, please, let's not fight. And if they do not give up, then of course they'll meet the wrong side of my sword.
I suppose at least giving your enemies a chance to surrender is already puts you a couple of steps above others that shared your experiences.
I know. I wonder how Porunga's taking it. I wonder how Esther's doing. Might be sleeping, to be honest. He's always grumpy in the morning, though.
I do have one thing to say, however. I hope that in the future, no matter how dire the situation gets, you don't, well, fall under pressure. You see, the people who stand with you, your allies in the oath, the others whose futures I've witnessed, they're all in this journey for their own reasons. But one common reason they have is that they care about, well, many things. About friends, about family, even about Tylea itself. You, my dear, must prove to them that you also care. Yes, you may have had your disagreements in the past. But much like I just explained, sometimes the past must be let go of. What matters is what's going to happen, what is our future that soon will become our present. This, more than anything, is the moment in our lives where we must all make important choices. Be it for the betterment of Tylea, be it for the purposes of a new oath of peace, and be it for, well, fostering, cultivating, maintaining the connections that we form along the way. Of course, do not cultivate them too much. Otherwise, well, I don't know what I would do. But that's besides the point. Are you understanding what I'm saying here, my dear?
Derek's like, Derek in his mind doesn't honestly reads my mind like, in Derek's mind he's saying that I don't care about, they don't think I care at all. Derek's not gonna say, it's just like it's in his brain and it's like destroying him in the inside. It's like, and he's like, he feels so defeated. He's like saying, yeah, I get it. And I'm just gonna like, Derek's like agreeing and I'm just like, okay, don't worry about it. I'm gonna walk away.
Sadly, we won't be able to have the privacy that we had before, but we shall wait. She just kind of closes her eyes and seems to adopt kind of like this meditation, like trance almost. the other thing that happens, at the end of the first day of travel, Exandri.
Well, shortly after we fought the Manticores, I would have brought out my Stone of Sending and messaged my fiance.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have been like, "Good afternoon. I don't know if you're busy. Just checking in. I know we just recently left, but just wanted to let you know we just ran into some Manticores. No worries. We didn't have to fight them. Luckily, we were able to just give them a goat. Hope you're okay. Hope the city's doing great."
You hear a response. Oh, go ahead.
And then it's just missing.
Okay. You hear a response from Sula Nerdigon. Says something among the lines of, "Oh, for you I shall always make time. Everything's been quiet since you left. Not even the king has made any major announcements. I'm afraid I have not much to report except that I wish you back already."
If we're ever close to Mytros, we'll make a pit stop. Please do keep an eye on the Minotaur. You know I don't like it too much. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Sweet dreams.
That was another sending, right?
That was the sending stone. You said we could constantly talk
yes,
after,
correct.
right?
Correct. Yeah, sending stone. You hear one final response from Sula. He says, "Oh, right, about that. It seems after, well, the interesting display in the Great Games, Maximilian has taken to an early retirement. Mind you, the wealth that you have given him has played a part in that. I'm still not sure if that was the wisest course of action. But regardless, it seems someone else may try to take the mantle of the ownership. I'm certain everything will turn out alright. I'm certain everything will turn out alright. I wish you a good night."
Please keep an eye on the Minotaur market. Please give us an update tomorrow. Sweet dreams.
After this, well, in the middle of the night, as you go.
I had two more things to do.
Okay.
The next one was with Porunga.
Okay. Go to Porunga, and what do you do? Porunga, the moment Exandri approaches, you hear Esther's voice go like, this one again. Alright, you take care.
Damn.
Hey, Porunga.
Hello.
So, we both know how Esther's inside your body, right?
Say no, say no, say no.
We know it's a yes, you've already told us, but you remember admitting this, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, this is your chance. We can convince her that this is a good thing. Because, I mean, it is a good thing, right? You can't...
So, I was talking with my auntie Valis, and I don't know if you're aware of this, but there may be times when you are unconscious where he will be able to control the vessel.
I mean, only to get you out of harm's way, right?
So, due to this being a realization, for the safety of the party and the crew, because it is Estor inside of you, upon sleeping every night, I would very much appreciate it if I could cast a couple spells upon you, and we might request that you sleep with your hands bound.
It sounds sketchy to me, Porunga. What do you think? Start to you.
I don't. So I'm like talking to Estor in my head. I'm like,
well, you hear
Esther's
voice in your head, but you are talking to Exandri, like physically.
Okay, and then so I kind of I know she's probably gonna be weirded out about it, but I'm gonna be like, I don't really know who you either, bro.
Did you say that out
Yeah,
loud?
because I'm trying to keep track of like two conversations at once.
I mean, hey, this is what happens when you have someone living in your head rent free, literally.
And so after I say that, like, I don't even know who you are, bro, or you either, bro. I look at Exandri, I'm like, oh, that wasn't meant for you.
I mean, like the look on my face is that of like, are you okay? And I'll be like, uh-huh. You see what I mean, Porunga? It's nothing against you. When you're awake, I'm fully in belief that you will always do your best to do the right thing. I see you as one of my greater friends. It's just when you're unconscious, I don't. I don't want him to somehow maybe take over your body and start taking us to a completely different island or whatever the case may be. I remember back then he did say that he wouldn't harm you, so I'm not worried about that part, but for the sake of keeping on track and the safety of the party and our whereabouts, just while you're sleeping, if you would sleep with your hands bound and if you would allow me cast a spell on you. The spell is not for you. The spell is to unward evil spirit. I'm not saying that Hector is or is not evil at the moment. Don't know him like that. In the past, he was
shit.
extremely flexible.
Yeah, I understand.
Come on, man. She's trying to break some like really good partnership we have going on here. How are you gonna allow her that?
It won't ever expel him from your body. It's just a precaution for people to safety.
Shit.
See, you're not gonna be going anywhere, man. So chill out.
Is he talking to you right now? Is he actively talking to you while I'm talking to you?
Don't answer that question. It's a trick.
Yeah, he is.
That is absolutely wild.
My guy just keeps throwing him under the bus.
I love Porunga. This is my bestie. If you, he's that active.
Oh, now you don't have anything to say, huh?
Sometimes he I guess he talks whenever he wants to, but most of the time he's quiet. I don't know why now he's talkative.
Did he talk to you in the games by chance? Like at all?
I honestly don't know because the games was kind of like a haze to me. I was there the first day and the last day.
Oh, true. Well, that is I guess in a way it is kind of cool. It's not very often someone has a permanent companion to always speak to, so to speak, I guess. Just never stop being you, okay?
I'll try.
And if you do, always ask. Oh, specifically when we have battles, I'd very much appreciate if you stay closer to me for your safety.
Okay. Yeah, that's like one of the things I was kind of like want to get whatever he needs out of the way so he can just go on and leave me.
You're in that much of a rush to get rid of me.
Yes, man. Yes.
Do you know what island that is by chance?
You don't. I do.
I don't know. He's the one that has that info.
Does he still want the mirror like super quickly?
I'm literally a ghost that has been around for like 500 years. I have all the time in the world.
He says he can wait.
He says he can wait. That's ominous. Like, does he want to wait because it's really not that important to him because he doesn't want to disappear, or is it more of like he wants to cause trouble with something, or maybe his adventurous spirit? Like,
That's a good question.
Voice in my head.
as Estor no longer speaks.
I mean, he doesn't respond at first, but he says, "Oh, so now you care what I have to say." You know, this could be a really quick or really slow. For me, it doesn't matter, so long as I get the hands on the things that I want. You,
And we're trying to assist you.
You, on the other hand, are a mortal with limited lifespan, meaning that the time limit on our little joint adventure of sorts is as long as your life can hold. You still want
So
to
75 days.
You still
Right.
you still want to get your hands on the treasure? Then, well, you have until you draw breath, until you finish drawing breath to get us there.
But we both have something that we want out of that the treasure place.
Yeah, don't you have an item that'll help you be more powerful?
Alexander just sitting there listening to Porunga talk to himself.
I'm listening to a one-sided conversation, yeah.
I'm gonna put it this way, and you can tell your friend this as well. It matters not when we get to the treasure. At least to me, it doesn't. Because here's the thing. If you don't get me there, maybe someone else will. But the reason why I chose you specifically is because, much like myself, you are not of this world. You came from outside, and yet you care so much, or so little, about the certain aspects of Thalia. And judging by the fact that your main motivation is treasure, I'm going to go ahead and say that you don't care much for the people.
Damn.
That's fine. I vibe with that. But here's the thing. I also didn't care much for people either. So hey, we are very much alike, you and I.
Damn.
Damn. Savage.
But don't let that dissuade you from this partnership of ours. I would never purposely put some kindred spirit in harm's way.
Does he relay that to me?
Porunga.
Depends on Porunga. How much of that do you relate to Alexander?
I repeat what he says.
I look at Porunga very sad.
They're ugly.
You don't care about me? You don't care about the group?
But like coming here at first, being an outsider, I'm used to being alone. I mean, I was isolated since birth, so I'm not used to being around people.
Derek, wow.
But after meeting up with you guys, I'm cool with it. I'm learning a little bit at a time. How to get used to having people around me.
Derek feels bad.
Don't go soft on me just yet.
Well, I hope that our friendship continues to grow. And maybe one day when this is over, maybe you'll stay with us. So you don't have to be alone anymore.
We'll see.
And then, I will. Please let me know when you're ready to go to sleep, and I will put the manacles on you and cast my spell. Till then, I guess enjoy your meal. See you, Porunga. Bye, Esther.
All right, later.
Whoa, hold on. Don't tell me you're going to actually agree on getting shackles put on you.
Huh?
I don't know. Maybe it's for the good for everybody.
For the good of what? Who are we hurting? No one.
Well, it makes them feel safer. So
Say, so you're telling me if them feeling safer is the reason, right? Let's put this hypothetical on the table, huh? Because first it will be shackles. How long
Okay.
till they gag you? How long
Huh?
till they
I
cage
highly
you?
doubt they'll do that.
How long?
Huh?
If it makes them feel safer, I mean. Are you certain you're going to put that is going to be the reason for you to be shackled and leashed like an animal?
I mean, when you're trying to put it that way, I feel like you're trying to manipulate the situation.
Yes, Porunga.
Manipulation.
Point.
I am many things, but I am not a manipulator. At least not to you.
Okay, but I still like the only thing I know
I'm
about you is
just
from
looking out.
Gary.
I'm just looking out for your sake. Because, well, guess what? I am in your body.
I
And
understand that.
it's in my best interest to keep you safe. As it is in your best interest to keep me right where I am.
Okay.
But I believe I've spoken too much. I'll leave you to your own thoughts for a time being. And then you don't feel
All right.
you don't feel Esther's presence anymore.
Sigh.
Alright.
And then, just FYI, before Porunga does go to bed, we don't have to roleplay it. I just cast Protection from Good and Evil on him. And then I give him an extra pillow to fluff him up, so there could be like a double-sided pillow between like his head and his chains. I don't know if he sleeps on his hands. Just try to make him comfy and put the manacles on him, but that's before he goes.
Alright. Last thing. Well, maybe not last thing. Bouxfhades, you said you have something to do when Xander was done?
Yeah, I go to Xandrian Drac and inquire about my sleeping arrangements.
Well,
Considering the food is next to the quarters.
Well, no,
I-
just for clarification. The supplies, like food supplies and the like, they are kept away from the Thane's quarters. Thane's quarters are the places that are designated for you guys.
Okay.
Also, just
Then I guess we don't really need to worry about it.
I mean, yeah, not precisely, I would imagine, unless you yourself choose to sleep down where the supplies are at.
No, I would definitely not do that.
well, it's your curse. You know the most about your curse and how long it takes to affect stuff. If you
Well,
feel more
as far as-
comfortable sleeping up here in a tent on a bunch of bed cots, it can lend you a whole bunch of bed cots to double them up or whatnot. It's up to you.
Well, I mean, I think we'll be fine for now because it only affects things relatively close to me or if I touch them at the moment. So I think we will just we'll see how it plays out, and I'll keep my bird on me, or near me. But I'll need Drakgar to feed it.
Just please stay away from Wizzy. I have great plans for him in the future.
Fair enough.
But
Yeah,
first,
definitely.
Wizzy was dragon.
But I'm definitely gonna need Drakgar to feed my little bird for me.
Yeah, I'll do that, I guess, right now.
And then I think that's it for me. I guess we'll go to bed for me.
And I'm gonna sleep out the top floor and keep watch, kind of, just in case nothing
It's
happens.
out there in the upper deck. Alright.
Hell yeah.
You're lucky
Let's
to
go.
be a Goliath that can withstand cold temperatures.
Exactly.
I take Wizzy Lizzy all the way down to where the dragon egg is.
Shit.
The lizard
Shit.
smells the box. Yeah, smells bad.
And then I'll use my ring, and I will sit down next to the box, and I will tell the dragon inside the box and with Lizzie a bedtime story.
Well, just for clarification, not that you in character would know this. But for clarification, dragons speak Draconic. Speak with animals doesn't actually do anything for them because they're not beasts. But A for effort.
Put your crown on, maybe.
Have Draconic, actually.
I
Put your crown on. Put your crown on.
It's not even the crown; it's the coin that allows you to understand Draconic.
So does that mean I can speak to the lizard?
No.
Oh yeah, my crown lets me speak. Okay,
Yes.
that's what it was.
What's it called? No. The speak with animals specifically allows you to communicate with beasts, as in the creature type of beasts. A dragon is its separate type of creature type.
Oh, okay.
What's it called? So and obviously it's not that the lizard actually speaks a language. It's just that the spell allows you to communicate with it.
I thought I could speak dragon since I had a dragon. Unless I forgot. Technically I forgot it since I was holded.
What's it called? But yes, you tell them a bedtime story.
Greg told them a bedtime story.
Over the
A nice one.
Okay. Over the next couple of days, you will see an island in the distance become visible. You were told by Queen Valus that in Tylea, primordial magics more or less shift the landscape constantly while you're in the sea. From time to time, an island that seems like it's very far away would only take a couple of days to get there, whereas another one that should be right close to you will actually be longer to get there. This is something of the case here. The island of Yonder, as you see it ahead of you, as I need to switch to a different ambience, is, as it stands right now, very nondescript from a distance. The most you would be able to see is that it has a strange shape, I guess. But other than that, nothing. It has a very large lagoon where you believe you could probably hop on one of the boats, from the Ultros and row the rest of the way there. In fact, even at a distance, you can tell there's some structures in the way, buildings and the like that you can make out just a little bit as you approach. You can't tell the finer details from a distance, even with the assistance of the little telescope or spyglass, I guess, in the ship that is sort of installed on the upper deck for allow visas of access. But you can tell, through that spyglass, that there are lots of blue banners around. Blue banners embezzled with the symbol of Siren, the Lord of Storms. At the very least, those of you who are familiar with the symbol of Siren will, identify it as you see it. It's a singular red eye, posed right against the blue background. What's it called? You see this the island in the distance. The rest of your crew looks particularly on edge at the moment. You hear a couple of the soldiers say something along the lines of, "This must be the headquarters of the Order of Sidon. What do you make of this?" Another soldier says, "What do I make of this? Well, I'll bet you 10 gold that at least one of us is going to get shot with an arrow the moment we get close." "Right, I'll take those chances." You hear this sort of like comments from the rest of the soldiers as you approach, as I move you to the map of the island. I just realized, for some fucking reason, this thing's set to dynamic lighting. Give me a moment.
I see
Hey.
only darkness before me. Oh, there we go.
Darkness impersonates me. All that I see. Absolute horror. This is the island of Yonder. It is, like I said, a very oddly shaped island. With a large sort of like a plateau, I guess, that you can see towards the middle of it.
Very well defended.
You already see a lot of buildings around. That, for those of you who are on the more martial side of things, would probably more or less identify as like garrisons and the like.
Ooh.
What do you guys do?
So right now we just see a garrison in front
Well,
of us,
you
right?
would be approaching from roughly, well, I guess you travel from like the east, west, my bad. You're approaching from the west side of the island. So where you see the ship on the map, it's roughly accurate to the angle that you currently have on the island.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I would suggest to the group that we take one of the smaller boats and land away from the visible buildings. Not super far, but far enough that they wouldn't see us coming.
I could also try.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, nothing. Never mind. I'm just thinking right now.
I just suggested that. I didn't say we did. Just for clarification, I just suggested it to the group.
You see as Kyra and Pythor, who are currently on the upper deck, look over at the island, then look back at you. Pythor says, I hope you know what you're doing here. You'll be walking into the wolf's den, so to speak. Except this wolf is very angry and tosses lightning.
So this is
That Snicker
their
was canon.
headquarters.
The headquarters of the Order of
Sidon.
Sidon. Yes, that's what they say. Not the actual headquarters of Sidon himself, but of his followers. And you've already seen what a very devout follower this Gaius individual is.
The only way to get on there is through the beach that we see, right? There's no other, caves or anything on the side.
Looking around, pretty rocky. Most of the borders of the island pretty rocky. At least for the big ship, the actual Ultros. I wouldn't be able to make it too far before, well, either A, you would be detected, and B, you would probably crash against some rocks. However, the smaller rowboats that are a little bit more maneuverable would probably get you somewhere else on the island.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should take the smaller rowboats.
Should we? Yeah. Hold on. I gotta grab the pointer thingy. Should we try to go here? This way?
I don't. That looks like a pretty steep cliff.
Is that like steep? Like, can we climb it?
Wait, where were you approaching from? Are we approaching from like over here?
I think where the ship is right here.
Roughly where,
I think it roughly
where this ship is at, that would be the angle, the general angle from where you're approaching. I'm not saying you're this close, like that, actually close to the island, but that's roughly the angle where you would be approaching from.
Why don't we sneak in through like this river?
Just a thought. Does it? I don't think the river doesn't look like it goes all the way inland though. I was thinking we come around
we could park
into this cove.
What if we parked the boat?
Because we could follow if we pulled around here and then come into this cove with the smaller boat and land here into this river, follow the river up, then we could travel through the actual path of the island. And not, Skyrim jump up mountains trying to get over them.
What did you write about?
Just tap Y 9 times trying to climb the mountain.
I mean,
but wouldn't we be seen? Wouldn't they like detect us?
But there's no buildings over in this cove. Oh, yeah, I didn't see those.
Should we park the boat, the Ultros, like right here? Maybe no, not like right there exactly, but right here, and then maybe have like a boat go like this way, maybe, and then try to sneak out through that, or this way.
Yeah, and we can like just follow the river in, and then just get off like over here, and
Yeah. And then
traverse over.
I could also try to swim ahead, and scout ahead, and so like the boat doesn't get caught, maybe. Because I could swim underwater pretty long.
Yeah.
Your mom a fish or a rock?
I just sigh at Derek.
So
I say too.
So is that what we're wanting to do, guys? Just park the boat over here?
Or what
Yeah.
if we went over here and rowed the boat up this and then just carried it to this other river? Because they wouldn't be able to see us from there.
Just for clarification, from a distance at the very least, you will notice that a lot of the rivers seem to lead towards inland.
Oh, they don't actually stop.
I mean, well, it's kind of hard to tell the finer details because the quality of the image can only go so much. But you can. But if you like zoom in far enough, you can probably notice how a lot of the rivers just seem to converge towards inland. As it goes. So one way or the other, you're following roughly the same destination, just different approaches.
Oh, okay.
I guess I should ask, what is your, I guess the intent of the approach, so to speak?
So
Yeah, what is our goal?
Reconnaissance?
Yeah, what is the
Espionage
goal?
right now is our goal.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, what are you gonna do?
So should we like disguise ourselves or something, or?
are we planning on going the left side or the right side? Just making sure. I think the left side might be shorter, but
The left side would be faster. And like if he said that they seem to flow inland, I think we should at least
hear
try
me
this
out.
path here.
The best thing I think we could do right now is how many of their auras that are going? Porunga, me, Drak, Bouxfhades, Derek.
how many can one boat fit?
Actually, oh shit, you just reminded me. I forgot to give you guys a look of the Ultros and the, and the robot. Here we go. Here's the rough, here's the sheet for the Ultros. Tells you the capacity, how much damage you can take, its, general features. And
How do I create this character?
hold on, you may need to click off of it. And now I'll show you the robot. Oh, hold on. Why is it blank? Hold on.
So I think what we should do right now is do our absolute best for an espionage mission.
I agree.
The robot can roughly hold up to 8 or so medium-sized creatures.
This is pulling up like a character sheet for me.
What the
So
fuck?
we can do
Yeah, same.
9
Just
because
close it,
I weigh
and then open it
50
again.
pounds wet.
Just
Yeah,
close,
but Bullbug weighs like 3 people, so
yeah, just close it and open it again. It should fix it.
I could probably swim. I don't have to be on the boat.
I can
A lot of
fly,
swimming,
so
bro.
I don't count. And not to mention my character's bones are hollow and she weighs all of 50 pounds.
Well, the thing is that if you fly, you risk being detected, depending on how you.
Well,
fly.
I could just fly hardly above where the boat is.
float.
Use a burb.
You'll float too. You'll float too.
So I don't think Billbug should go because it's going to be espionage, and it'll be very hard to make
He's
him
a
look
little too big.
like a soldier of Sidon. Because essentially, when we get on the island, I assume we had this conversation before we got here as well. By the way,
I mean,
like
I hope,
not
I
as
fucking hope to. I fucking hope.
I definitely would have had this like on day 2. So I think it would be best if we get on the island and we acquire. I still don't know who's going. So the number is going to be X right now. So X amount of soldiers. We incapacitate them, tie them up, bound them, hide them, take their outfits, and so to speak, look like sidearm exposure to help further our espionage into the fortress.
And I think then we need to head toward this encampment and see how large it is to see if we can infiltrate a side of it.
Then
Correct.
should we go this way then? Because it would be a
Yeah,
quarter
we
of
need to
them
go
going
this way. Right. We need to go up through here, come over here across the river, to this encamp. Why do I have this circle? I want the line. Go across the river and try to infiltrate the camp from the side. Because I assume the sentry positions would be facing the water, because that's where they're going to be looking for people.
Dock our boat, make our way over to this little river, spy on this encampment, try and acquire some outfits of sidearm so we could further get up into here.
Right.
I can cast invisibility and we can just steal some clothes.
Not to.
Derek could also cast invisibility. I could also.
But do we trust Derek to do something for our benefit?
Yes. I mean, hopefully he doesn't want to get caught and died.
I mean, he did kind of have a moment of hope when he was talking to the dragon egg. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
None of us know that.
Well, that's true. I guess that's fair.
I can twin spell mine too, so I can have someone else invisible with me.
Perfect.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that works.
So that means
why don't
people
you?
invisible.
I would say that you would take Xandri because she's the lightest, quietest of the others.
True, because I could just float above your head.
And you can float. So I would say Porunga, Xandri, and Derek infiltrate the camp. Me and Drak hold back at the river and basically keep a lookout for any trouble or issues.
Are we going to stealthily go up there too, or are we just going to be driving in the boat?
I think we should guard the boat at the river, or guard the point of egress, and then let them bring our uniforms to us.
Are we assuming we're already at the island right now, or are we stealthily going up to the? Are we gonna just row up there? Or are we gonna try to do it stealthily, or like what we could do is assuming we do get caught or they do know we're here, 2 could be invisible and I could swim underwater so they think that less people are coming than really are.
Well, we don't want our boat to get caught, period. So
yeah, that's true, but I'm just assuming in case that happens.
Yeah, if we go that way, just make our way over to that X, we should be fine.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh, sorry. Sometimes my laptop automatically, ironically, it still drew the lines exactly where they needed to be.
How do I delete this? Yeah, sorry.
To be honest,
I didn't know I was still on that tool. So I was moving my mouse around on my touchpad, but apparently it was considering that I was clicking down, which I wasn't.
So my issue with this whole process is I personally don't have a lot of skills that are helpful toward espionage, and I'm not really sure how much use I'm going to be on this mission.
I do, as I prepped over the last couple of days.
You can blink over a wall, get wrecked, kids.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying in general, my class is not very stealth suited.
Mine isn't either, bro.
Unless you're building a.
I mean, you got the invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge. Did me and
my stealth is like 0.
Wow.
But you still got the invisibility though.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Derek and I will carry the espionage. It's fine.
Do we?
All right. Well, either way, I'll hang back with Drak, since we cannot go invisible. If that's the plan.
Y'all nice. You guys know that I can command people and possess people, right?
Would it be safer if just you and Derek go, or do you need me to?
The thing is, I don't trust you to do that for our benefit.
It could be just Derek and I who cross cross the river to the encampment. But you would have
Okay.
to cast
Yeah.
invisibility army. That's all.
Yeah, I'll cast it on you.
Yeah, that seems like a good plan.
Also, just as a
I
reminder.
think the less people we have, the better.
Just a reminder.
Is
Never mind.
invisibility a touch spell?
Just
Yeah.
invisibility is a touch spell. Also, just a reminder, command only lasts for like a round. And after that, obviously the enemy is aware of what you're doing.
Yes, I'm invisible. Oh.
It
Yeah,
could
but
be-
they'll know that you
Can't
did
be-
something and alert everybody else.
You can't be
It could
invisible.
Oh,
also be best if maybe we find some, maybe they're like patrolling streets or something because we don't know yet. We could always take
Right.
those as well.
Or
Yeah.
the Crown of Madness to be. I could use the Crown of Madness. That one's a control spell as well. Technically.
Right, but the problem with the control spells is afterwards they'll know that you controlled them, and then they'll just alert everyone else that we're there.
No, I meant the Crown of Madness.
And if you-
Crown of Madness. Crown of Madness.
If you cast another spell though, it drops your invisibility.
To stay invisible, I'll
Out
talk
of game,
to
out of game. DM, what is that bard spell that when you cast it, if they fail their saving throw, they have to complete the task at hand before the spell is dropped permanently.
You're thinking of suggestion.
Suggestion.
Yes.
Puma
Yes.
probably doesn't have that spell on the planet.
I have it. What are you talking
You
about? I
have
had
it? Okay, Cap. We only
I
need to
used
find
it
one
more
person.
than like 5 times. I used it against your husband, remember?
We only need that spell to work one time on one soldier, and we just order that soldier to go and get X amount of outfits from the encampment and bring it back to us.
And we knock him out, and then we tell him, "Hey, bro."
And then
I'll
we
see this
knock
one
him
good."
out and take his as well.
But
It's not a
river,
bad
but like,
idea.
why am I naked? Why am I in the river? Did I just drink? What the?
If we need to knock it out quickly, should we have either me or Bouxfhades? Because we can.
Necrotic touch.
Nobodies. Everybody
No,
knows the
'cause
last
we
word I
can-
was about to say.
Because we can. I don't know. Because we're proficient in melee combat.
Let's go, guys. Come on, let's go.
I don't know that I'm not proficient in hand to hand though.
But knife, I think you're good. You're from England. You're good. We're good with knives.
Hold on,
What?
Cap. Please.
Ma, you don't get the meme.
My proficiencies are martial weapons and simple weapons.
Martial weapon, a knife, easy.
So what's the game plan here? Just to finalize it, check it in.
We're gonna do our best to do this espionage wise, and who knows, we might even be able to get pretty far. We'll see how it is.
All right, let's go then.
So
Yeah, let's move forward.
So we're all going then?
All right,
I think so.
everybody needs to know before we get on this island. I am hardly a healer right now.
Fine.
okay. In that case, let's see. So just so I know this, you guys are going to be sneaking in from the side, trying to, I guess, stake out one of the garrisons, and see if you can find a guard you can catch off guard, and hopefully, they are easy enough to deal with that you can get them to give you guard uniforms.
Correct.
Okay.
Guard outfits. Correct.
Wait, but it's still just you and Derek gone, right, Cass?
All of us
Well,
are going.
all of us are going to the river.
Well, yeah, I
Right,
know
right.
that, but I'm talking about to go to this village.
If need be, yes.
Hopefully,
Okay.
we don't have to get that far.
Okay. In that case, you guys, will begin your approach from this side with the rowboat. First of all, a couple of things. I'm gonna need. Is anybody proficient with water vehicles? Because you're
Water
basically
what?
proficient with water vehicles. Because you're basically maneuvering the boat through a series of rocky shores, I guess.
We
No.
Can we take one of the soldiers that are on the ship that's proficient in that with us?
I mean, you could.
Because there's only 5 of
The thing
us,
is
and
that
I'm gonna
none of them are.
fly.
You know, I call them soldiers, more like sailors. You know, they're not too trained past the basic aspects. You could attempt to take one, but
Wizzy could just tow the boat.
Yeah.
I mean, could be another option.
Vivius.
The reason why I say this is because, well, there is a check involved here, because you need to maneuver this thing without getting it stuck somewhere. It would be up to whoever it is that's taking this reins to make that check.
Oh, I missed Juno.
Well,
So who
Oh.
is taking the reins, so to speak, here?
Wizzy Lizzy could be towing the boat to help us maneuver it, and I will very slightly be flying above Wizzy Lizzy, helping him navigate. Whoever's so Wizzy and I will be assisting whoever is actually running the boat.
I guess I'll row the boat then if.
Okay. What would this be?
Because I know for sure it's not me, but let me double check. How fucking hilarious would it be if I was though?
Alright. I'm gonna need you, Drakgar, since you're the one that says, you're doing the thing.
Athletics check.
What do you say?
Athletics check?
I mean, because it's less about, a strong thing, a strong-based thing, and more so about you, carefully maneuvering this around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be more like dexterity, I guess.
Ooh.
So roll me I guess just like a raw dexterity check, because you're not proficient in water vehicles.
Yeet.
Would it be still an advantage though?
Ooh, let's go.
I mean, it didn't matter if you had advantage, I guess.
Deb.
So you begin your stealthy approach. Hop on your rowboat, praying and hoping that the garrison doesn't have a spyglass that you saw your ship, through. And you begin to row through it. You see, as eventually you reach the shores, and again, there's kind of like this rocky sort of like outcroppings that seem to jut out from the water. In any less capable hands, this probably would have been the end of your rowboat. It would have ended up stuck into something, or some rock would have pierced it, or something like that. But in this particular occasion, you managed to maneuver the rowboat around the sharp outcroppings, eventually reaching to the shore / river that leads inland, or further inland rather. You believe at least this segment of the journey is a success. You have made it into the shore of the island of Yonder.
Xandri, do you want to give me a sending stone in case you guys need help later?
I only have one sending semester.
Oh, feels bad.
Remember, I gave it to
Oh,
somebody
yeah,
so that way I
Yeah.
don't have to use my 3rd level spell slots.
Yeah, I thought
Hey,
you had
I
more.
can-
I thought you had more than that, but my bad.
No. He said he didn't have any more. Or I would have bought all of them.
I'm gonna
Unlucky.
pull out my GTA heist music.
Yes.
GTA heist music.
Let's
Took me a
go.
second
I'm
to
talking
understand
about.
what you said. I was like, you're what?
Oh my god,
This is
I remember this one.
music. Anyway, so first stage done with. Hoping that nobody saw you hop on the rowboat and move it over to the edge. Second stage of the infiltration, which was one of you turning invisible, or all of you turned invisible, or something.
I think.
Wait, can I ask a point of information that I think we all kind of forgot?
Mhm.
I assumed this was nighttime. Is this daytime that we're trying to do
I
this?
mean, I'll let y'all decide that. Would you have waited till nightfall to?
Oh
be
yeah,
able to-
definitely
Yeah.
night.
I
Yeah.
would have.
Okay, cool.
I think we just forgot to make that known.
Nobody does espionage in the daytime.
I mean, yeah, I assumed that it was understood, but I figured for everyone's reference, it should be understood that it's nighttime.
I mean, hey. Some people.
People,
live a life
YOLO.
just like- Yeah, some people just like the YOLO. So it is what it is. Anyway.
I just want to make sure, but yes, night.
Okay, so nighttime. Got it. So, after getting your boat to the shore, what do you do then?
I cast invisibility on Exandria.
We don't need to go visible to the encampment, so we're just going to
Yeah.
stealthily try and make our way to the river.
Okay.
Right.
I thought we were already over here.
I mean, I was just.
No, we're right here.
You walk over, riverside to try and get a good look on the troops garrisons over there. Lots of buildings there, but only one of them seems to stand a little bit taller than the others. Or not even taller, just a little bit more distinct than the others, because this one does have like all the banners of the Order of Siren like sticking from the side. It looks roughly like a sort of like singular big tower surrounded on some sides by a wooden palisades, I believe that's the term, by like wooden walls that stick out into smaller watchtowers. I'm gonna need all of you to make me well, you're fair distance away here, so this first stealth check would be with advantage as you set up your stakeout position.
Sneaky sneak.
You're lucky that I'm doing a group stealth rather than individual rolls.
Oh, we're group
Oh,
stealth.
everybody knows that I
Oh.
never roll high, so hopefully.
Oh, mother.
I forgot I had armor on.
Derek?
Oh wait, we're not. Oh, okay, never mind. I
Yeah.
heard it wrong.
Puringa, I'm not stealthy. Nat 20.
Yeah, so that's the survival,
That's
buddy.
the first time ever.
Oh shit, my bad. It's right next to it.
I mean,
But it's +4 instead of +3.
okay.
Nice.
So
Nice
then,
roll.
Derek?
So
Derek?
oh, is he on mute? Or did he disappear?
Derek disappeared. Well,
He's plotting to kill us.
GG's.
Hey, to be fair, I did say I was not good at stealth, so I was correct on that.
Alright, well...
You got that heavy armor, though.
Derek, if you don't roll, I'll roll for you. I'll take that as I'll roll for you. So here we go. Derek, stealth. Where is his stealth? Here we go. Good. So yeah, he got pretty good. Alright, so all of you guys find a kind of very convenient sort of like upper incline hill from across the river. You can see the troops garrison and a couple of other smaller buildings around. You see some movement. Again, nighttime makes it, even for you guys, makes it somewhat difficult to actually appreciate what the finer details. But you see a couple of lights moving around. You see a lot of people in the garrison. I guess just to give a number, can anybody make me a perception check?
Alright, my passive perception is 17. That matters.
Mine is
It would be
I have-
less. It would be less about your passive perception because you're actively trying to watch for.
Active. Okay.
yeah, I've got proficiency and I can use my commanding presence on that, can I? Or no, that's persuasion, not.
So So make me a perception check, everybody.
Oh, it doesn't matter. She did. It's all good.
Wizzy Lizzie's trying to assist me. Ooh, by the way, is this heavy attitude to him yet? It's been 3 days.
Yes. I mean, it would have been attuned by the end of the first one, actually.
Oh, I love him so much.
Oh, we all get to do it? Okay.
I mean, whoever wanted to get the troop estimate. You see what appears to be.
Why does both of these roles look so different than everybody else's?
They don't on my end. Oh,
It was different.
It's set to have his name appear on the roll.
Oh, okay. He's got his settings. Okay, gotcha.
Okay. What's it called? You kind of look from this sort of incline down to the building. Rough estimate, you believe, assuming the whole garrison is being manned. You know, worst case scenario, the whole thing is like filled with people. You believe there could be at least 16 soldiers or so in this garrison. However,
16?
Yes. However, because you see a couple of them on the watchtowers, and roughly the size of the building would probably allow for more people than. However, you notice another thing that causes you to have a little bit of pause. You see 2 individuals there that appear to stand out amongst them. Not because of a difference in their uniform, although that takes a bit of a play here, but because of their size. You see 2 6-armed, one-eyed giants in that same garrison. The reason why you can see them is because, well, they are very big, and they kind of stand out in the courtyard of the of the garrison. You guys have run into these guys before. They are Gigans. At the very least, most of the party has.
Wait, we've raided into a Gigan before?
Yes.
Yeah, at the when we were eating the dinner or whatever.
Yeah, Demetri had a Gigan bodyguard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! That was a long time ago.
That was like chapter 2.
I was like, yeah, okay, I remember now.
She was one of my kills.
Should we have Porunga, you can make 2 people invisible, right?
Yeah,
What
if I
if-
can twin it.
What if you made me invisible, Xandri invisible, and then Derek can make himself invisible? That way, just in case we need to speak to one of the Gigans, if they...
Oh yeah, because you could talk to them.
Yeah, I speak giant.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna also cast Enhance ability on my brother.
Sweet.
For what specific type of skill checks?
Dex.
Okay. So you'll have advantage on stealth, sleight of hand, and any other dexterity check for that matter.
I'm already proficient, so that makes it even better.
Okay. So who are the ones that are going in closer to the garrison?
Oh wait, so you're already proficient in like stealth?
Yeah, would that make it? Wouldn't that just give it advantage though, right?
Yeah, enhance ability gives advantage. It doesn't give proficiency.
Yeah.
All right.
So it would just be better, right? Or would it not be worth?
I mean, up to you.
I don't know, whatever you think.
Can I cast that at a higher level?
Yeah. You can target an additional creature if you cast at a higher level, a level higher than 2.
I will cast it. I'll do 3rd level, so I can have it on myself too. Because out of game, I roll like dog dookie.
Okay.
Well, as we're sitting here contemplating who goes on the island or goes inland, everybody was hearing me clank, 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 clank through the woods as we were trying to sneak and told me to stay back.
If that would have been the case, I would have straight up casted silence on you. We would not have had that issue.
Well, did you see my stealth check?
After
Yeah, but
like
it's for the group though.
Oh,
Yeah, I use group stealth check, so meaning I take all of your
Oh,
results and then take the average, basically.
I just imagined me walking through the woods, just clank, 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 clank.
I would have quickly silenced that shit.
So you.
Not today, Bouxfhades.
I will, regardless, I will stay back.
Yeah, we
Because
can-
I cannot
we
go
can-
invisible.
He's the
Your armor,
new boy.
your armor's a little too loud. Maybe you should stand guard.
Yeah. I'll watch our path of egress.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna be here with you, bro.
All right. So we have
Wait,
Bouxfhades.
who was
and
that?
Porunga.
Porunga.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
we have Bouxfhades and Porunga, hanging back to make sure the point of exit is still viable. You hear Estor's voice in the back of your mind, Porunga saying, it'd be a real dick move to fuck up this operation for y'all. A real dick move.
You better not even.
Bouxfhades just hear
I
Porunga
just-
say
I
that.
just looked over at him like, what the fuck?
Yeah, explain
Porunga immediately jumps in the water so he can't.
explain to the nice man what's happening. So, what's it called? So that leaves Drakgar, Exandri, and Derek to go to the
Yeah, he was
garrison?
supposed to be going with them.
I think that was the plan originally, but sounds like he's AFK right now.
Yeah,
I
okay.
took out the trash. What do you want me to do?
Oh, there you are.
Oh, he's back.
he's
Good.
right.
You couldn't have done that during break.
What's it called? Just just for future reference, do
I'm more
like
trash than I
type,
think it would be.
do at the very least do type like VRB or something in the chat so we know like if you're not here or not. What's it called? So yeah, so that's three. So three of you go down. You guys turn invisible. Anything of the sort?
Well, the three of us are invisible. Well, we don't know about Derek. Sorry. So my brother and I are invisible because Puruga cast invisibility on us. But I'm assuming.
Important question. Was that before or after you casting enhance ability?
Oh, I casted enhance ability first. I said before I turned invisible, I casted enhance ability.
In that case, yeah. Okay. So Drakgar and Alexandra are invisible. Derek, do you turn invisible or do you just
I'll turn invisible. Don't worry.
Okay, so cast invisibility on yourself. Just as a by the way, there was a long rest in between the Manticore encounter and this. So if you used anything during that, then
Cool. So this is day 3.
yeah, this is day 3 of travel. Just keep track of that in the Doomsday encounter. Actually, did I make it so that you guys can? All right, I'm gonna make it so you guys can edit the Doomsday countdown.
All right, I nominate Bouxfhades as being the tracker since he did a whole bunch of other stuff with the tracker.
Oof.
Okay, so
I'll try.
So keep that in mind. You guys
where's that?
begin to make your way across the river up to the other side where the troop garrison is at. Looks pretty defensible from this side. Like I said, it looks more or less like there's like a primary sort of like stone tower towards the back side of it, but the rest of it is kind of like surrounded by like a wooden, I guess, palisade, outer wall, however you want to call it, that has a series of watchtowers, on it. Let me just, do I have, yeah, I think I do have a map for this ahead of time. Sadly, I don't have a nighttime variant of this map, so you're gonna have to
That's okay.
with this.
We all got
Just put it in
imagination.
dark mode.
Yeah, right.
Let's see. Just out of curiosity, would you be approaching the garrison from the front door, or are you like actually approaching from one side, or like what's the deal here?
The front door, is that facing the waterfront?
The front door is facing the waterfront. It's facing the like the shore where you guys would have made landfall in if you chose to be bold.
No, we would definitely be coming from like a rear end perspective, just because it just in my head sounds like it would be not as guarded because people who would be coming in from the rear end would be coming from the bigger fortress.
Well, it's less about it being less guarded or there being like a back entrance. In fact, when you go around the side, you don't see a back entrance. But you would have a better view on the the actual stone tower that makes up like the main building of the garrison. Here we go. I'm gonna move you guys to this next map. What's it called?
Whoa, what the frick?
Oh, did it not load the map? Alright, no, there we go. Just did. You guys are
It
coming in
just
from
glitched.
the upper part of it. This is, have Fog of War active, so you can't actually see what's inside.
Okay, I was like, wait, what?
But you guys are
So
coming in.
nervous.
Yeah, I was really confused.
Yeah,
I'm right there, okay.
Yeah, somewhere above here. So place yourselves down, whoever was actually, in the, in this infiltration team, I guess.
I'm flying above them, by the way. So I'm like
Important thing that
hardly flying above them.
important thing that I want to note about you flying, is that your wings still move during flight. So just make sure that does generate some degree of noise. Just making sure you know that.
Okay, I'll be on the guard for right now.
Okay.
Well, no, it makes more sense. But if I'm flying, how tall is the wall?
How tall is the wall?
Yeah.
Let me double check this. Let's see my notes. The tower. When you say the wall, do you mean the wooden wall or the stone tower?
The
both, I guess.
wall that we're currently next to?
That is part of the stone tower. What's it called? That goes roughly 10, 40, roughly 35, probably more feet tall. It ends on a flat sort of like roof with a slight damn, I forgot the name of this. With a slight sort of like border to it. There, from a distance, you would have seen there's actually a large sort of oval-shaped object, perhaps as like a beacon that you light on fire or something like that, towards the top of it. The wooden wall doesn't reach that far. It reaches roughly 15 or so feet, and then it ends.
Okay,
Because what like I said before, in fact, let me see if I can do this crazy shit.
So the wooden one is.
You know how I just switched the map? Yeah, these little squares on the side. Those are the guard towers that you were saw from a distance. This one over here. Oh, I had it as a thing. This one over here, and this one's to the front.
So the ones are 15 feet, and then how tall is the stone one again?
The stone one looks roughly like 35.
Okay, so I'll whisper to the group. Should I pick both of you guys up and help lift you guys over the wall, since it looks like that one's the wooden one's shorter? I'm whispering, of course.
I'm just gonna be like, stay here, and then whisper, stay here, and then I'm gonna fly up a little bit just to kind of peek over the wall.
Over the wooden wall or the stone wall?
The wooden wall.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna need you to make me a stealth check with advantage because you're invisible. $19. Okay. For the time being, it doesn't appear that you alert anybody. However, you're very quickly made aware of what's on not just on the other side of the wooden wall, but also on the courtyard of this, of this wall. As you will see, hold on, wait, give me a second. I'm struggling with the reveal tool here. They're not allowing me to reveal the area ahead of you. Here we go. You would see this. There appears to be couple of soldiers on the watchtowers, as well as those two aforementioned Gigants in the courtyard.
Did you see anything? Does it look like it's okay to cross?
I will silently fly back down, and then I will like gently like hold both Drac and Derek's hands and like, because I'm gonna like lean down on the ground and draw down. So I'm trying to like, without like speaking, I'm just gonna lean them down with me, and then I'll take like a rock nearby and I'm gonna draw like the semi-square, and then I'm gonna put X's where I see the 3 guards, and then I'll put circles where I see the 2 Gigons. I think that's how you put
Gigants.
And then I'll whisper X's for guards, and then I'll whisper O Gigon.
So there's one. So how many guards are there, and how many Gigan? Is it just 1 guard and 1 Gigan?
I'm very concerned with my brother's math ability. After I said 3 X's and 2
Oh,
circles.
sorry. I heard you wrong. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so 3. Sorry, I'm retarded. Ignore me. Ignore me. I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening.
You believe there could be more than just that many guards. Considering it's nighttime, maybe some of them are already turning in for night, or
And out of
at the very least you see this that much.
And out of character, I was talking about this side right here. I wasn't trying to think all the way over here. Because I was seeing if we should sneak over here.
And then, well, that's where I looked. And then I'm going to be like, be patient. And then I'm going to back up and look over the stone wall.
Well, over the stone wall, like I said, it goes a couple of bit higher. You will eventually see how at the very top of it, you see some slits. They're not really windows per se. They're more like a vertical sort of like slits. Not big enough for you to actually fit, barely enough for you to actually look into. You see what appears to be. Well, first of all, first floor from the slits. It appears to be something akin to what you believe to be like the gathering hall, mess hall of sorts. Second floor, it appears to be some form of armory or other location where, you know, they store some weaponry, as you can see through the slits. Nobody's stationed there as far as you can tell. But you do see a door on the other side of the armory that may lead somewhere in the second floor. Like I said, the third and final floor is just like a flat sort of like tower, a roof, my bad, with a little barrier, you know, around the edges. There's a large, damn, I keep forgetting the word for this. There's a large sort of like bowl with a lot of wood in it, that isn't lit up yet, or at all.
Right.
But you do notice there's torches scattered nearby, making for light sources of the corners of the roof.
So should we take? Well, I mean, you wrote this out, so I'm talking about for this. But should we take this guy out first, maybe, and then try to?
I will.
Just.
I'm gonna fly down first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to take your guys' hands. I'm going to help you bend down again so you guys understand that. I'm going to show you something on the diagram that I'm drawing.
Well,
and then I'm going to draw the...
It's pretty hard to take Dragonlord's hand, considering he's also invisible with you.
I'm going to flail my arms around so I find the boys. Once I start slapping them on accident, I'll grab their hands and bend them over to the ground again. Sorry about that, I just can't see you.
I'm right here.
And then I'll... Definitely. And then I'll start drawing the second half of the diagram where it was the stone portion where it's like a square attached to a mini rectangle. And I'm going to put another X where there's another soldier, and then I'm gonna draw like an arrow, and it'll be like, this soldier is at a ballista, and then I'm gonna reach into my bag, and I'm gonna pull out 3 potions, and then I'm gonna flail my arms around until I find the boys again.
I'll like touch the ground to hint where I'm at,
You wouldn't
like
be.
the dirt.
You wouldn't be able to see the
I-
potions. You wouldn't be able to see the potions either, because since they were on your person when you were turned invisible, they are also invisible.
You
Yeah,
drank
but I know where
wine.
my bag is.
I mean,
She
yeah,
drank
no,
the whole wine bottle.
I'm just saying, just in case you wanted to illustrate a point of using the potions, they wouldn't be able to see those either. I'm just saying, in case
Oh,
you
oh,
wanted.
so they won't be able to see the potions.
I mean,
Oh, I was just.
like again, the way invisibility works in D&D, like the spell invisibility, is that you and everything you have on your person at the moment of the spell being casted, it turns invisible. Meaning,
Yeah.
and like I said, so stuff in your backpack is also invisible.
So I like flail my arms around still, even though I have these invisible potions. So I'm trying just to find the boys, but once I find them, I'll like find their arm, like mime style, find their arm, find their hand, and put the potion in their hand, and like help them guide their hand up to fill the top of the potion, and then I'll whisper, "Potions of climbing, drink and climb." And then I'll flail my arms again to find the second person. Do the same. I'll find their arm, bind my hands all the way down their, find their hand, set the potion in their hand, and then help them like find where the top of the bottle is. And be like, drink, it's a potion.
Just out of curiosity. I mean, according to you, you had potions climbing on your backpack. Did Alexander have
Correct.
any other type of potions in their backpack?
Nope, Wizzy has all of the other potions.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure in case you accidentally grab one that isn't the potion of climbing and you just hand it over to one of your allies. So he.
Part of
actually
me
drink a
almost
potion
wants
of
to
heal.
say yes because that sounds fucking hilarious.
I mean, hey.
Part of me actually let me see if I have any other random ass potion because I know Wizzy only has health potions because he's our field medic, or that's what I'm trying to make him be. Oh wait, that's not where my item. One sec. I don't really know if I have any other potions now that you say that. Let's see here.
The only potion I know I have is, other than that, is the heroism one.
Yeah, but I'm the one that gave you guys the potion, so you should be drinking what I put in your hand.
Yeah.
Oh. Nope. I do not have any other random ass potions.
Okay.
Okay.
In that case, you hand over the potions to Drakgar and Derek. You struggle to actually open them because they're invisible, and then you hoping that you're drinking the correct potion because you can't actually see it.
I trust Andrew.
After downing the potions,
Water.
you feel your body a little bit more nimble, a little bit more sticky, I guess, to put it one way. If you could see,
Just to clarify, I did not drink a potion chest though.
Okay. If you could see your own hand, that would be like that scene in the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man film, where like the little little things come out the fingers, little hairs come out the fingers. So you feel like you could help and give you a little bit better grip on things in a more literal sense. What's it called? So what do you do now?
So should we climb then?
So I'm gonna be like, shh. I was like, let's go around the corner and climb the wall and take out the soldier with the ballista.
Is that what you're doing? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you guys to make me another stealth check with advantage, because you're all invisible still.
Didn't do it anyway. Do it.
Oh, let's go.
Wait, where's my thing at? There it is. Where is it? Where is it? Core bio. S.
Bottom.
Advantage, of course. Too good.
Alright. So good on all accounts. You begin to slowly climb up the side of the garrison using the little gaps on the on the stonework to actually make your way up. You're still invisible. You're still stealthy. You don't believe the you don't believe the guard or the Gigans saw you, or even the other guards for that matter. The Gigans, by the way, are currently doing what appears to be some late night exercises. You see as they use all 6 of their arms to kind of like arm wrestle each other, like test of strength style, kind of trying to push each other, as if they were like in a sumo match. The other guard seems to just kind of be idly looking over at the, over at the distance, a spyglass on his hand as he seems to, from time to time, just scout the area, look down the ballista, and just, quote unquote, keeping an eye out on things.
Okay, is the wall taller than the Gigans? Like, can they see the guards up top?
The wall is only barely like 5 feet taller than the Gigans. You can see you would imagine they have actually like a pretty good line of sight on the guard, assuming they're paying attention to it.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are these guys over here on par with what height we are at?
Correct.
Okay.
And then...
So, what do you do?
Should I choke him?
Yeah, I think we all just grab him, cover his mouth at the same time, and choke him out, I guess.
Yeah, I'll sneak up. I'll cover my one hand around his mouth and then the other hand around his neck and try to choke him out.
I'm gonna need you to make me a
That'd be an athletics?
That would be an athletics check.
Would it be at advantage too because I'm invisible?
Sure. Maybe an athletics check with advantage.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, you already had advantage, but it is cool.
Oh yeah, true. You're right. Oh no, I have advantage on Dex, not Strength.
Give me.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna roll something in the background.
Oh no.
Wait, hold up. Is Drac trying to do the exact same thing I did, but I failed?
Maybe, but
It does. I mean, I would have passed.
You see as you kind of wrap your arms over this man's head, one on his face, one on his neck, and just kind of pull him backwards. There's a bit of a yanking motion that happens naturally due to the momentum, I guess, of your otherwise rough movements. The man seems to be caught unaware, by this sudden grasp that he doesn't really have a chance to yell, or rather he does, but you try your best to, put your hand over his mouth and nose to make sure like this guy doesn't let out a pip. He kicks, he wails his arms, stomps on the floor. Just as a question here, how were Derek and Alexander helping in this matter?
Oh yeah, no. So my brother is doing like the head thing to try and silence and put him to sleep, and I'll like grab his legs to try and help sustain him from like trying to run away or kick.
And also, am I like a lot taller than him, so I can like pick him up so he can't stomp the ground, or would that not work?
I mean, you can. It's just the fact that he is moving around a lot, or would move around a lot, is the problem here. So I just want to make sure what Alexandria and Derek were doing to like help in this matter.
And then I'll whisper, "Take him over the side."
Can I punch him in the Can I punch him in the balls?
No, that's gonna make him yell.
My hand's over his mouth, but yeah.
I mean, you could roll me to hit with advantage.
Oh right.
Why are you hitting him in the balls? We're trying to knock.
Wait. I'm like, Derek, wait. Stop, you're invisible.
Here's the thing. due to the way that how invisibility, the level 1 version at least, works, is that any action that damages or hurts a creature or anything like that you take, breaks invisibility. Meaning that Drakgar and Derek would be, assuming Derek also does the attack, would both have invisibility disappear from them after this.
Just have me do it. Just have me do it.
But
Don't-
so it'll just be Drakgar popping up in
Correct.
on invisible then.
Correct.
Oh, bitch.
Which is why I was like, hurry, take him over the edge.
Alright.
I thought that. Never mind.
Yeah,
Then
so
I
I'll
won't do it
move.
then. But I was like,
okay.
you said no, don't do it. I'm like, fine. So.
Okay, so Drakgar, after like a couple of seconds almost of you just choking this man out, you eventually believe that you got him. He doesn't move anymore.
Died. How dare you?
Okay. All right. So after we move him out of the way, should we?
I hold find my brother's hand and help him escort the guy back down the side of the building so we could tie him up really quickly.
Yeah.
Also, so are you climbing down with this guy?
Yeah, I'll help him climb down with the dude because he's got the boots on. Or not the boots. He's got that potion of climbing on, so it lasts for an hour, right?
Let me double check. Let me just check the.
It's not a one-time thing, that's for sure.
Let me check what the actual wording on the potion of climbing is, because there's a difference between having, like a climbing speed and having stuff like spider climb, which just straight up allows you to be Spider-Man basically. Advantage just to make climb and a portion separated into brown, silver. It says you just gain a climbing speed and advantage on checks to help you climb. So here's what we're gonna do. On your way back down, I'm gonna need you to make me another athletics check to see if you just don't drop this man as you're trying to get him down.
Can we have me go down first and then have both Xandri and Derek try to hold him and then I catch him down below? Or would that?
That wasn't what I was told originally.
Oh.
I can't do that. I can't hold anybody while I.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll stick with the original plan then.
So
we'll stick with that.
You all three just back up and begin to climb down. So I'm gonna need you to make me that athletics check to see if you just don't drop the man as you're climbing down.
Okay.
Alright, so you don't drop him. For a moment you almost slip. Like almost drop the guy, but there was a moment where you were startled because you could swear you heard one of the other soldiers walk closer, so you just kind of like and you almost dropped the man, but then you listen. You don't hear any footsteps getting closer. So you move back down the stairs. Well, not the stairs, down the wall with the guy.
So I informed my brother to tie him up and gag him.
Why?
Yep.
I think Pumo and I are still up top. I don't think we went with him.
Oh, you didn't climb down with them?
Yeah, Pumo and I are still invisible. We just had our brother go tie him up and gag him so he's out of the picture. Because now Drak is no longer invisible.
Alright.
Can we go investigate this ballista?
Seems like the smaller version of the ones that you have on your ship. Same
Are
type of technology
they
and the like.
Is it a string that they use to pull it back?
It's more
there
of a lever with a large rope, but yeah, something to that effect.
Is there like a pipe? Oh, sorry.
If Derek and I try and sever the rope that they use, the rope portion of that, will that break our?
Let me reread the.
Because it's not a person.
Invisibility spell. Invisibility. Ends at attacks or cast spells. I guess this wouldn't break invisibility.
All right. Derek, try to help me break this rope. Be quiet about it, though.
Short sort of quickness. Be fast and quickness.
There is a ballista bolt loaded onto the thing, just as a BT does.
Can't we just take it off?
I mean, yeah, I'm just letting you know in case you just, break the rope and that shit fires on its own.
No,
well,
Hey,
take the
where
rope
are you?
off.
The hell?
so you pull out your sorcerer quickness. Because sorcerers are meant to be piercing weapons, it's kind of a long process of you just kind of like using it as a cutting
Pierce the
implement.
rope. What are you talking about? I could pierce the rope.
I mean, you could. It's just it takes a moment. After like a couple of seconds, you hear as the rope seems to have been cut. You don't believe the other guard heard it, or if they did and he's ignoring it, well, that says more about him than it says about you. He just seems to still be on his watch, looking at the tower.
Okay. Done.
Is there like a bush or like a foresty area near the castle that I could drag the
It's
body to?
not a castle, it's like a garrison. I guess the closest thing you would be able to see is that because the way that this garrison's laid out, it's actually on top of a hill in its respective like area. The closest you would see as like a
Or basically, I'm
Out
just
of-
trying to say, like, is there anywhere I can like hide the body while it's knocked out?
the closest thing you would be able to see is it's like a ditch almost. Not quite like a ditch, but it's towards the lower segment of the little mountain, little hill incline that this garrison is at.
Kind of like a mini
that's-
lake, but not really a lake,
it's
but
it's like
kind of like
sort
a creek, like a creek.
Kind of like a creek. It's kind of like this segment where like the elevation seems to do like a turn into the rest of the road, and it leaves like this segment where like the earth is just tall enough that you might be able to hide behind it, but from a certain angle you'll be wide open to people walking a certain direction. What's it called? You believe that could be the best place, to put him in?
It's either that or in the wide open, right?
Yeah, correct.
From what it sounds like. Okay, then.
Because again, this garrison is like again towards like the top of an elevation, so it's clear view from most people.
Okay, so the people in the building would be able to see it, right? But passersby wouldn't, though, right? If I heard you correctly.
Depending on what angle they're looking at you from.
Oh, they'd only have to look at a specific angle for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll tie him up and then drop him off right there and take his uniform.
It's not a uniform that is made for people your size.
Oh, feels bad.
You are like what, 7-8 feet tall? This guy's
Yeah.
probably like at most 6.
Okay. I guess I won't put it on. Or no, actually, I'll still grab the uniform anyways, but I'll hide it by the castle.
I mean, it's
Or actually, I don't know. Or do you think we'll need the armor for the guard? Be a guard, or
I'm not sure who you're asking.
I was gonna ask Derek and Xandri, but I think that might be metagaming. I guess I'll just leave them be.
Okay. What's it called? You just leave him over to the side on the ditch. Alexander said BRB.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Because of the time that we're currently at right now, we're well beyond the end of the session. So here's what's gonna happen. I'll leave this here for now, as you guys continue your infiltration of the island of Yonder.
Damn. The
you
suspense.
you could have, just approached from front door and asked for parley, but sabotage and infiltration and espionage seems like your way to go, huh? Hey, it is what it is.
Hey, less blood has to be spilled this way. Hopefully.
It is what it is. With that being done, however, I will put us at the end of this session, as you guys will next time continue your infiltration of the island of Yonder. Hopefully, you gather whatever information you need to gather, and nobody has to die. But that is in an ideal world, and the world we live in is anything but ideal. With that being said, for those of you who are looking at this on YouTube later on, well, thank you guys for continuing to watch. We have some dicey moments here and there, but I hope that it's overall enjoyable. That goes for y'all too as well. What's it called? But with that being said, that'll be the end of this recording, as the party lies deep within enemy territory. And there we go.